As I suspected, 32 flavors.
Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. How are you all doing tonight? Welcome to the Comic Shop Talk, episode 127. I like seeing all those familiar faces in the chat. How are you all doing tonight? Happy New Year, everybody. It is a pleasure to see all of you. Tonight's just gonna be open, just chatting it out. Really, I'll give it a few announcements out of the way. Next week we'll be having Hojo on. Be good to have him on. He's part of the Indiegogo Fund My Comic crowd. Good guy. I had a one-on-one with him a few months back for his previous issue, and he was on Comics Division's Thursday Night Throwdown. He was with Gary Allerton on Pop Culture Minefield. We'll be having him, and then if you guys remember C.S. Johnson, she joined us a few months ago. She'll be having just regular comic book chat with us again by the end of this month, and maybe we'll discuss some ideas of some stuff we should discuss tonight for shows for 2024 on top of just what we've been enjoying, old and or new, or just whatever comes up. Could be a debate, could be whatever, I don't know, but we're gonna be here for the next maybe 2.5 hours, definitely at least 2 hours, and it's gonna be fun. I hope you all got some great gifts for Christmas and the New Year's. Hopefully the booze was great to you. If not, the pizza, whatever it is that you use, don't know, but whatever it was, I hope it was great to you. Let's bring in some of these dudes. Hold up, before we bring in some dudes, let's acknowledge all these great faces here. How you doing, Lord Thoth? The mighty Vulcan lives. Stephen M. Kal-El. Mohammed said, aka Conquest. D. Bud Martin. LDG. Free the net. Let's bring in Ironcaster.
Just getting old man pretty up for you boys.
How's it going?
All things considered, I'm feeling pretty good. I got back to work this week, and actually it was pretty easy getting back into the swing of things after the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it doesn't hurt either that I got some good comics to read.
Nice. You might talk about some of them holes that you got, man. For real. That is going to be just saying, maybe you might have to geek us out a little. That just saying, if you want to, no pressure if if you're not feeling it, but just so we can like as we normally do, shamelessly.
Unfortunately, I didn't get too much in the way of any physical stuff this week, but I've been going back and checking out some backlog stuff.
Oh, okay.
I do have one toy, but that's for later.
Got a toy. All right. What's up, Jack Tar Lad? How you doing, the Comic Relief Crusader? And our boy Mohammed said he might become an Elrip. Dude, wow, dude, that's what's up, man. So I like to hear. I'm meant to give that a shot one of these days, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. That dude's a cruiser with reading. I love it. Absolutely love it. I got to get on his level. One day, 1 year, I will. And when I do, it'll be massively huge. It's funny that you are wearing a shirt that says wanted, because I was actually, and this is another hint for something I'll be doing soon. I said a few weeks best, but it's just a fresh reminder. Me and Wes from Thinking Critical on Wes's Patreon, we're going to be doing a one-on-one show for probably the next year and a half, maybe 2 years. Him and I, we're going to be doing two things each episode. We're going to be we're doing the entire Millarworld storyline from beginning to at Wanted to Big Game. So it's going to take a long time to get there. And then we're also going to talk about Planetary from Warren Ellison, John Cassaday as well, one-on-one, each issue individually. So I've heard a lot about Planetary over the years. There's a lot of interesting history around that comic, and that will be on Wes's Patreon. So I would strongly suggest you get on Wes's Patreon, because we're going to have a fun time there talking about it. And we're going to start off this week's show. We should be out sometime in the week, but I know Monday morning we're going to get together. We'll record on Wanted and Planetary #1, which I've been rereading Wanted. And man, you want to talk about what a brutal book. Oh man. Wanted was ahead of its time in terms of brutality. It really, really was. And I'm just like, this is so nuts.
Well, when you brought up Wanted, I thought you were gonna tell me you were joining a Bon Jovi cover band. I wanted alive.
Oh, I love it. All right. Hey, what's up, dearest? I see you here. Comic Relief say Red Duke this week. Not bad. I loved it. Comic Relief Crusader, go watch my review on it. Save it to watch later and go watch my review on it. I loved it. Straight up, full stop. Loved it. Oh, it's Backdoor Geary. How you doing, Geary? Nice to see you here. And our guy, Deer, say you got G.I. Joe Classified Hawk this week. All right. Is that old school G.I. Joe? Remember, I'm the G.I. Joe normie here, so you got to educate me. Was that Bon Jovi or Creed? Yeah, that's debatable, Stephen M. That's debatable. All right.
Well, see, that's the genius. I'm doing a crossover band of the two. See, now you're sounding off. Literally. Hey, look, Clobby's got a DED avatar. He must be talking about some Frank Miller comics.
Somebody.
Don't change it. Please
I'll say, okay, well, why
it.
not? Yeah, we'll keep it seasonal. Yeah, just got done. Sorry, I was late. Got done with JV doing our beginning, our first of what's going to take us a long time. We're covering the Frank Miller Daredevil run, which is a classic. Changed comics. And,
straight up.
Starting at when he took over the art chores. Didn't start out writing it, as you may know, but we're starting at the very, very beginning of it. So, yeah.
Man, dude, no, that's amazing that you're gonna have. That's
yeah,
wow.
it's fun.
I'm gonna try catch some of those episodes just so I can.
Well, you and I did Born Again, which is in my opinion the best, the greatest. It was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun, dude.
Enjoyed it,
so much fun.
This is a monumental undertaking. Yeah,
it is. But is it worth the undertaking? Yeah, it is.
Well, we did Jack Kirby's Fourth World, and it took us 19 streams. The classic, Jack Kirby's Fourth World. So, yeah, here we go.
All right. Well, Clobby, I'm happy you're here. Happy New Year to you, sir.
Happy to be here.
Happy to have your company. I'm curious to see what's been on the Clobby mind as of late. I'm looking forward to it. Welcome, Putin's cat. And my guy, Vigilante Williamson. How you doing, sir?
Hey.
Thank you for dropping in. I know he was on the Cocktail Lounge. We had a nice, brief reunion. I'll try to be back on there later tonight, sir, if you're around. But seriously, it was also Sis guy. VW was one of the first guys I knew in this sphere. And, yeah, it was one of the guys who I started out with, per se. He was one of those guys. So we could say we came up together.
Congrats on those Lions, buddy. I want them going all the way. I'm rooting for you. Even though my team is still in the playoffs, unless when we get eliminated this weekend, I'm going to be on the Lions bandwagon.
Did the Lions can always use all the help or the Lions actually are the Lions worse?
The Lions won the division. They're winning. Hey, I would love to see, I mean, it's a long shot, but they won the division. I'd love to see the Lions. And it'd be the greatest thing ever if they could play the Browns in the Super Bowl. They'd be like insane. The Browns have a shot too.
Oh no, that's good for them. It's just I remember they were the laughing stock a few years ago.
Of the league for 60-something years, they've been the most cursed team in football.
Yeah, I mean,
they had 1 year where they were 16.
It's to the point that we've always had the joke of you guys want to go get together on Thanksgiving and watch the Lions try.
Yeah. I'm happy for him.
What's up, Gascar?
And the thing is, like, I should absolutely have known that was going on with the Lions. Could being in Michigan here, but no, apparently I had no idea about.
Oh, they won the division. They're going to the playoffs, and they, I'm happy for them. They're looking good.
Oh, like the bigger thing right now for everyone here is like U of M going to like the championships.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
All right. Hey, Geary, we say that for Toxic Tuesday, my dude. We say that for Toxic Tuesday. How you doing, Keely Chow? All right, Fenrir, allergies and all. How are you?
Hello, you beautiful bastards. How are you alcoholics tonight?
Good, man. How are you? Happy New Year.
Oh, I'm great. Happy New Year to you, too. God, I freaking love this morning. It's like I was bitten by a radioactive bug, which I kind of was, and now I'm flying in the sky.
Whoa.
That's why I'm right
Sounds
behind Ironcaster in this house.
I felt like
I
we
made
just
you
got out
look.
of an alleyway today.
oh, and welcome to the
Good
show,
point.
Lady
Right.
Element.
All right. I'm gonna go drop some certain points here. I heard you guys talking about Wanted. First of all, great comic book.
Yeah, it is.
Read it. The book sucked. The movie sucked ass. Though.
I
I'll
actually
point
never
that.
saw the movie. All I know is they should have.
Smart man.
All I
Stay
do
the hell
know is
away
that
from
they
that.
should have not had Angelina Jolie play the fox. It should have been the black woman to play the fox. They should
Yeah.
have gone,
But again,
just like in the comic, they should have gone a black woman to play the fox.
when I first read Wanted was after Big Game. I gotta say, was Frank Miller planning the whole thing for years? Because there's a lot of
Dude,
data that
yeah,
makes
there's a
so much
lot of stuff
sense.
about 1986 and before there were superheroes. Yeah, that's
And then I read
the
Nemesis,
next
and I even got a lot more. It's like all these years, man.
for the next
You had some
year and a
kind of
half,
crazy plan.
we're gonna be dissecting a lot of that and maybe seeing what connections we may have missed along the way of how the dots connected throughout the years, because Big Game that was planned all the way back at least a decade, maybe for, and I mean the farthest proof that I've seen of it being planned was 2014 or 15 when Starlight was on the way. Now I'm sure it was planned even farther back than that. I just don't know the earliest, but I do know at least 9-10 years ago these stories
Yeah,
were
the way he
being that
does his
planned far
different
ahead.
stories in different worlds and so on, you kind of think it's impossible to cross over them, but he just found a way, man. Pretty good how he mixed everything up.
It worked. It freaking worked. All right, two things. We gotta let in Pablo, and then I gotta go get something for D Bud.
Yeah, but I gotta ask one more thing. Can we at least just for once not waste 20 to 10 minutes talking about gay crap like we did last week and all the others before? Let's just have a
Henry,
normal
that's like-
conversation
that's
for
like half the
once.
show.
That was a rare moment. Let's let Pablo have the floor.
Howdy
Well, that's not good.
ho!
There
Hey
we go.
brother, talking about gay shit. Kinda saw a couple of interesting things, but I'm more interested on Angelina Jolie since you were mentioning her. The movies
Yeah.
were that actually are worth watching with Angelina Jolie. She appears naked. For example, Hackers. You
What
don't
about
remember,
Beowulf?
dude?
Hackers.
Hack-
I've
Hackers?
seen that. I just was it the movie where she joined a group of nerds on. God, I can't even remember.
It's an okay. It's a really stupid movie. A lot of the shit on Hackers is fake as shit, especially because of the way they portray using computers so elegantly on that era, and computers go instantly into everything. And if you're talking that era, you need 10 minutes to watch porn, to watch one image.
What the
Is-
hell did I come back to?
I'm talking about
Well,
Hackers.
instead of talking about gay stuff, we're talking about naked Angelina Jolie.
Exactly.
I don't care about that. I care about Hank Scorpio. This was about 55, 60 bucks on eBay. And I either have to get a second one so I could take it out of the box, or I'm still in the process of doing the convincing to let this one out because this was a collaborative effort between, well, my girlfriend and I. But Hank Scorpio, man, this is a prized possession here. Yeah, right, Debo, world's greatest boss. Yeah, really proud of this figure. It's definitely one of our favorite things hanging up in our room. But
Dude, that episode is so great.
Oh, dude, I love
It'd
Hank.
be
Oh,
so great to
it
work
is
for
really
that guy.
great. It really
The-
is. Oh,
That's
by the
one
way-
of the examples that I have where the localization is actually better. Latin American Spanish version is absolutely great. The voice actor for Homer nails every single sentence, but Scorpio is maybe one of the greatest translations ever made. That character is over the top on English, but in Spanish, is over the top, flamboyant, and an absolute asshole. So, goddamn, I love that episode.
Yeah, I never heard how exactly asshole. It means good asshole or shitty asshole.
Is the kind
What?
of boss that you know will try to not pay you at the end. So
We gotta go see the Latino translation then.
dude, the best line is when Homer is going out and he's like, "Would you care taking out a couple of guys there?" And the delivery on Spanish is absolutely amazing. The Simpsons is one of the series that I will say actually they nailed the translation.
Oh yeah, straight up. Christian Delorme's Vital Revival has been a member for months. Says, "I want to wish everybody on the panel and the chat a very happy New Year, and I want to wish you a better New Year. I can't wait for our Rush show in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. Looking forward to it, brother." So Conan was really good this week. Just saying, by the way, this is a cover.
Oh, he's
I'll
out?
zoom in from Jay Lee. Conan the Barbarian, number 6 from Jay Lee cover.
That cover is great.
I will say, even though he's not Roberto De La Torre, Doug Braithwaite's art is growing on me with this issue. Maybe it's a sense of getting used to it, but I did appreciate it more in this issue because it's not like it's like, oh, hey, like it was really ugly the last issue. It's just you're following up Roberto, and that was that's a big thing. But I really enjoyed this issue. Definitely it really played on the mystical elements a lot, and I was like, okay, where the hell is this going? And yeah, really, once again, I was liking the savagery as per usual, and Conan definitely he gets a lot done. Now, I'm not just talking about as far as fighting. He gets a lot done in terms of who he's plowing, literally and sexually. Conan gets to be the absolute alpha in this issue, and it's kind of damn glorious. But yeah, I really enjoyed this issue, and we got a nice good spread here. Yeah, good old Conan action. Like I said, he ain't Roberto, and don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil it all, D-Bud. Don't you worry. But just saying. And somehow go read Duke. If you haven't, go watch my review on Duke. Duke #1 because I had fun with it and it's a spoiler-free video. So if you haven't watched it, now is a chance to correct that mistake and put it on your watch later tab because it's gonna be huge. Yeah, no, he did do a good job. I think when you get used and accustomed to a guy, you get attached, it becomes harder to see it for what it truly is. It's just one of those things. And I'll be the first to admit that could be a me thing. Could be a me thing per se, but yeah, dude, new one kind of came out this week, and #7 comes out the end of this month, which will be the same day that Duke #2 comes out, and I know Cobra Commander hits in under 2 weeks. Which Caster, you and I may need to unite our powers like we're Captain Planet and talk about it.
Well, of course, we must talk about Cobra Commander, but if we're going to, we must talk like this!
No.
Oh, hey, look who subscribed to the channel. Thank you for subbing, Spartacus.
I don't
I
have your
love
sub.
that name, by the way. So Fenrir, we haven't had have a chance to have you on here too much to talk about what you've been enjoying outside of bashing on current year. What is Fenrir enjoying nowadays in comic world? Or are you that out of the loop? They haven't had a chance to read.
Well, I've been reading Duke, and I gotta say I enjoy the story and the characterization. Clearly, of course, there's a mix between the worlds, this story and the Transformer books we've been reading, with Starscream and everything. And I'm really enjoying how they're slowly building up the world from Mars Industries to, from the preview we got, Cobra Commander. But man, I really hope they keep the car salesman origin. It's so much better. And you gotta admit, car salesmen are originally the original evil.
Car salesman? Is
Yeah,
this
part of
in joke that I'm aware of?
Part of Cobra Commander's origin in some of the earlier stuff was that he was at one point a used car salesman.
Mm-hmm.
So the greatest, the great evil overlord that the GI Joes have been fighting for decades used to run a car lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes so much sense. I mean, if he was an insurance salesman, then we would all be dead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a different line of evils.
the thing is, I'm not as well versed in the Joe stuff. Like that's been what I've been doing.
You're
I've
a
been slowly
Transformers
delving
guy.
into. Yeah, I'm much more Transformers guy, but I'm starting to. What I've been doing this past week is I flipped that coin and I'm over reading some of the Marvel comics run of the GI Joes. And
I do like that they continue with the Marvel continuity for Larry Hama's book. Even though I haven't read it, I do respect that they did that.
I mean, well, it's not only that Larry Hama is writing it.
Yeah, I know,
With-
and that's what's even cooler that they got him back for, and they continued the traditional numbering. Like they didn't have to do that, but the fact that they did that anyways is absolutely killer. I really, really respect that. I got a really quick.
Did you ever
shout
read
to
Action
Scribe
Force?
Light. Hold up,
No, not yet.
Scribe Light, how you doing, brother? Nice to see you here. Thanks for dropping in. He's one of our panelists, Club. He can vouch on that on
Yeah.
the Midnight's Edge After Dark episodes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Scribe Light. Thanks for dropping
Scribe
in,
Light.
dude. Yeah, and then our friend, the Comic Relief Crusader, who coincidentally has
Yeah.
a Transformers avatar, has become a huge member. Thank you, Comic Relief. I do appreciate that, sir. You are the man. And also, Monday morning, we will do a member stream. I'm not sure if you saw my community post. Monday morning, we will for sure do a member stream. And then Thursday afternoon will be the other one. So, what was going to happen this week didn't work out, but it's going to happen for sure next week because I'm going to do 1 hour of the member stream and then straight to video with Wes. Then after that, life responsibilities until Monday Night Meltdown. So, yes, Monday morning, if you're one of those early birds, this is for you. It'll be right before Midnight's Edge in the morning, too, as well. So, if you're one of those guys who, you're a morning person and you're getting your cup of Joe in, this will be way better than that Folgers, too. This will truly be the best part of waking up. Not the Folgers, but this show. Anyways, yes, Fender.
Yeah, as I was going, I've been enjoying the Duke story, and I've been going back to a lot of old G.I. Joe stuff, and I really recommend you guys finding a book called Action Force. Pretty great read about another unit of the Joes. Really entertaining. I've also, well, it's not comic book related, but I've also been broadening my horizons on the world of entertainment, and I've been watching a lot more Tokusatsu stuff, and I found this crazy series, Garu the Golden Knight. Pretty good stuff. An amazing series. No one here has ever seen it? Am I the first one to find it? I'm disappointed that Pablo hasn't found it. Or Ironcaster.
I don't think
Oh god, I
so.
finally found something my own. Oh god, I'm so happy.
Well, you're gonna have to cue me in on this when you get a chance to get more caught up on it. And
I mean, yeah, but should we really get into something new? I mean, let's be honest. We were supposed to get back to Kamen Rider at some point. We haven't actually even done it yet. It's kind of disappointing.
Well, I'm saying like, let's talk in DMs. You'll have to cue me in on it.
The DMs.
I'm
Sure,
just
sure.
keep trying to get people into Japan because if I have to know that Mayumi was never found because the show was canceled, everybody needs to have exactly the same blue balls. It's one of the greatest tokusatsus that has ever been, and for some reason, the budget got short. They had to stop the series, and the main mystery where at the beginning of Japan, there's a girl that gets kidnapped, and Jiban, the whole series is trying to find her because he wants her back. Well, we never got that resolution. We got the death of one of the villains, but is one day they should make Jiban, even if only as an anime instead of live action. But it's an absolutely great series. The guy has basically a bat cape with Jiban helicopter, Jiban motorcycle, Jiban car. So basically, he's Robocop Batman.
Japanese Batman?
Yeah, he's Robocop Batman, and he's absolutely great. That series is amazing. So yeah, if you can find Jiban, that one is really, really good to watch.
All right, I'll try to find it, Oliver. Seriously, it's been a good week to find foreign entertainment. It's been a very good way to enter the year. I'm very happy about it.
Okay.
Really hope to
Well,
keep on finding good
I'm
stuff.
glad
The
that you're
Japanese are good
happy.
entertainers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
The most okay, I will say this: the most entertaining thing that has ever came from Japan is
Mhm.
Japanese people slaying, absolutely slaying translators from the United States.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Have you paid attention to that story at all, Nick?
No, I have not. Go on.
Okay. So for a little context, a lot of you have the activist types who've been getting into a lot of key let's say filter positions, like they gatekeep in positions where they're getting into these key jobs, such as being in charge of the localization and translation of anime.
And manga.
Yes, and manga. So the stuff we're getting is going through their lens of all the woke whatever. And so you're getting them effectively rewriting stuff and removing things that are in the original like source material because they don't like it, they don't agree with it.
Yeah, for example, let's say
Wow.
there's a character that is cold, so she wanted to get covered, and normally she will be almost naked and she's really well endowed. And instead of
Mhm.
I had to cover because I was cold, they will go, this is against the patriarchy, or I'm avoiding the male gaze or shit like that. So you will have a completely different context of the character on the English translation that
Mhm.
Yeah,
is
there's also another major problem on that: the infantilization of speak. For example,
yeah.
when you go to the original Japanese dialogue, it's a lot more intelligent and well adult. As I don't mean adult as in swear, I mean adult as in levels of intelligence. When you go to the Western side, it's like they enforce to infantilize it, make it childish and pretty much stupid. They
Yeah,
don't treat the
so
audience like they have a brain.
they are doing basically the same that 4 Kids did with a lot of anime translations on on the 90s, that they were cutting out all the good stuff because they didn't want to show violence or gore or anything. So what you guys got for Knights of the Zodiac is barely uh, a scrap of what Knights of the Zodiac really is. And Ironcaster has been watching that series, and he knows it's basically a telenovela with absolute gore. It's great.
Oh yeah,
You
no,
guys,
it is great. And also
yeah,
like screaming like, yo, fuck you.
yeah, it's awesome. But you guys on the US
Yeah.
got a really butchered version that is only 26 episodes instead of the almost 200 episodes that you can get, and
Mhm.
is actually bullshit. But on current day, instead of doing that, they are just localizing with a lot of wokeness. So anime and manga, is even One Piece, is getting translated really poorly. And there was a movement of people on the US that started complaining about that. And then the other day, one of the localization teams goes like, we are getting replaced by artificial intelligence. And
All I
people
did
around
was
the
laugh
world
my
was,
ass off until
yeah, you get what you deserve. So they are crying about that, and they started to say, but Japanese people are these horrible things. And now Japanese people are literally memeing about Western localization in a way that these guys are quitting their jobs.
Yeah, that was a part of the story that a lot of people may not have necessarily known was Japan, for the most part, had no idea what was going on with a lot of these series when it was being brought over stateside or internationally, because if they can't, they don't necessarily know the language. A lot of these studios just have to kind of assume like, oh, the translation went well.
Mhm.
Well, now it's started to actually gain traction in Japan, and the Japanese are starting to talk about it and are becoming aware of it. They're starting to say, can we find a way to punish these people? Like I think they're calling them like pigs, and they're starting to make a ruckus about it over there.
Good.
So
Good.
I would not be surprised to see that the AI translations don't take off more and become much more widely accessible and much more
Yep.
widely used in that industry.
Good.
Yeah, because people
I
are just
mean, I
sick
don't-
and tired of this crap.
I don't want to get too heavily down on the what went woke this week wagon, but I'm glad to hear that Japan is definitely having a very significant pushback on it. That is actually reassuring to hear, and that's the type of good news that we need a lot more
Yeah,
of. And I hope
Japan
that they
needs to stand strong.
Yeah, I will give
If it
this
falls, we're all
to the
screwed.
yeah, I will give this to the manga industry that we didn't have on the American comic book industry. The moment when they noticed that this was happening, a lot of manga creators raised the voice of you need to respect the source material. And these are the creators of the manga. So if they are saying you fucking shut up and do things right, that holds way more weight than any of the fans. So this is a movement that is getting a lot of traction, and one of the main translators for Funimation actually went nuclear on Twitter and went like, you know what? I don't even speak Japanese, and we're like, yeah, we kind of knew because you were doing a really poor translation.
I also
yeah,
remember one where there was one of the translators who went bullshit haywire and did the same thing, but accused the creators of being horrible and not having any talent.
Yeah, that's why the creators are starting to literally taking a stand of we don't want these cancel pigs touching our shit anymore. I love that.
Oh
Is what we
man,
needed on the
that
comic book
term!
industry.
The fact that that term really stuck is absolutely hilarious. And
Yeah,
now that
they
it's
have
a thing, is hilarious.
they have a translation for Japanese for cancel pigs now because of this whole thing.
Does Mark Miller get royalties now for that term? I'm just
I
saying,
hope
'cause
so.
that was a genius.
He
piece
needs
of
he
work
needs to
for him.
copyright it. He needs to put it out. He needs to start marketing
He
it.
really
He needs
does.
to create a comic that is cancel pigs.
Yes, he needs a say no to cancel pig shirt.
Yes.
Nemesis versus the cancel pigs. Oh, it would be a bloodbath. Nemesis versus the cancel
No,
pigs.
you get the Starlight
He's making
because
bacon.
yeah, because Starlight has a lot of space aliens. You can get an alien race that is literally pigs on pink and rainbow colors that are the
Yeah.
cancel pigs, and you get a perfect villain for a comic book series.
Okay. Okay. I like it. Okay.
Oh, now that you
Caster.
do that voice from South Park, did you guys saw the last South Park episode?
The special on the OnlyFans? Yes, I did. I actually thought it was better than the Pandaverse. I actually thought it was better. I actually thought
It was all right.
much better.
Dude is
Although I didn't
brilliant. I will say this when they are talking about who actually want to mess with kids and influence them with sexual themes. Did you notice that they cut to the credits and the credits are literally on the colors of the trans flag?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that was hilarious.
I love that it has so many layers that you need to
Look, I'll admit one
understand.
thing: the most recent seasons of South Park have been tamed at best, but when it comes to the specials, they know how to hit hard.
They need to
Automate-
seriously
putting
because
that-
I don't like that they went serialized with the format. That is really what got me. I guess you could say hop off the bandwagon.
Yeah,
is when
certain
they
things
went
are better just as
serialized.
episodic.
Yeah, and that's one of those shows that definitely benefited best from the episodic formula. So I want to ask Caster and shout out
Yes,
to Abigor and Grim. Welcome, guys. Caster, how long is the X-Men story? I think you said it was called God Loves Man Kills.
So God Loves Man Kills. It was one of the Marvel was one of the little one-off.
It's one of the early graphic novels.
Yes.
Yep, great book.
So
Sorry.
it's not terribly long, and we're talking maybe 48, maybe 72 pages, if that.
We
Just
should
to-
talk about it for the first episode in February.
It's the same
Ooh.
length as all the other graphic novels, whatever those are, like Death of Captain Marvel and stuff like
I'm
that.
saying since we have CS coming on the week before, why don't we all talk about X-Men God Loves Man Kills February 5th? Oh, sorry,
I'm down.
hold on. Let me fix it. I'm sorry. February 2nd. Friday, February 2nd.
That's
I'm
even
just
better.
saying, we have been talking about wanting to do it for a long time. Let's do some X-Men. You've been very campaigned. I think you've been more than patient. I think we should finally give you a little bit of satisfaction
Scratch
after
that
your
itch.
long wait. And it'll get me to read. It'll get me convinced to get really committed and to do it. And someone who I've never seen comment here, and if you have, I apologize for not remembering you, says, X-Men, I'm listening. Okay, well, the Padawannabe, great name, by the way. Mark your calendars. Friday, February 2nd, we'll be talking X-Men God Loves Man Kills. That will be a show around that comic. So
Great
I'm looking
comic.
forward to it. I'm looking forward. I'm really genuinely excited about doing that. So future's
And
good.
if you guys
And
on the chat
It was a
want to
great
read it,
comic story.
yeah,
Because
it's
I
a
feel
great
it opened
comic
a lot of
story,
bad
and
doors.
also it's not that long. It's like 84 to 85 pages, so you can go and read it in an hour or so, and it's a really good story.
Yeah, I
Good.
really enjoyed the story, but I feel it opened a lot of doors that are used by very bad people today to keep X-Men as crap.
Yeah, the X-Men
Well,
were
that's not the
always
story's fault. That's just
Yeah.
people
No,
who are
it's not the
bad at
story's
what their
fault.
job doing. Yeah.
the X-Men
That's like you can't blame Watchmen's success on people who got obsessed with deconstructing. That's the people
No, I
who
blame it on
responded to that.
Alan Moore, but I don't know.
yeah, but he's
Well, see that
Fender.
even then, that's not Alan Moore's fault. That's the people who decided, hey, we want to rip off Watchmen too.
Fender,
Alan
you're
Moore
talking
has his
about
fault.
the
I'll blame
themes
him for
and
what he actually did do versus he's not responsible for how other writers responded to that story.
no, well,
I can't blame him for that.
Alan Moore is a bit crazy, to be honest, and he has been
Yeah.
A bit crazy.
yeah,
The man looks
a
like he
lot
lives in the
woke.
woods.
It looks like Lord
Okay.
Vermin.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you know,
the last couple of interviews, he has
that's
gone
his
really,
choice.
really woke. That is really
Well,
weird
he's
because
always been
Alan
that
Moore.
way, to be fair,
Yeah.
he's always been that way.
Alan Moore was always crazy,
Yeah.
but he was more in his. I believe in magic and everything is ethereal, so who cares? Kind of way. And now he is more into the politics side of everybody's evil. Kind of Anita Sarkeesian style. So it's a different, it's a different style of craziness that really doesn't fit with Alan Moore, because Alan Moore is the kind of guy that will have a scene where a woman gets abused. That happened a lot in Watchmen. He doesn't hold that kind of thing, so he going like, people should never do this on comics. He's like, you have done it. You have done it way worse. So where this is coming, but yeah, a lot of the themes from Alan Moore have gone really wrong in the last couple of years. But what Fenrir was saying about God Loves Man Kills, you were referring to the whole allegory for racism, right?
Yes.
The
Yeah,
thing is
yeah.
that X-Men always had that. They always had
Well,
that,
not
but it was
originally,
really
Well,
well
not
done.
exactly. Even I could
incarnation.
take the allegory was
Let's-
about the outsider, the teenager
Even
who
I know
felt that
that.
didn't belong.
Go ahead,
The guy.
Casper.
Oh, just as much as I want to get into this, I think let's save this for that stream.
Oh yeah,
because
okay.
let's not
You're
shoot,
right.
let's not
Okay,
waste
good point.
let's not
Okay.
waste all the gunpowder now.
Somebody
I'm the
do
normie
a
on that
bookmark
one.
and
I'm
keep
the
this
normie, so
for the stream.
I think
Ironcaster,
we'll
now
be
it's your responsibility to remind us when the day comes.
Oh, that's not gonna be a problem.
Yes.
Mm.
I'm liking that. No, seriously, that's great. And another face read by we're getting all these people who I don't see commenting here either often or ever commenting. Thank you guys for your for your comments between the Paddle Wannabe and Read by Nature. Elmore's a long-standing comedy enjoy. Yeah, we know, and
Yeah.
I
Not
know.
surprised on the
So is
drug
White.
stick. I mean, again,
We're not disagreeing. We're acknowledging the truth.
have you seen
All
that
I'm trying to
man's
get at-
eyes?
I have.
Yeah.
We gotta understand. We can, whether we like
It looks
or
like
don't
he
like
eats
his
crack
stories.
instead of smoking it.
Yes. Once again, neither here nor there. The whole gist is Watchmen and stories of the ilk created a wave of people who got really influenced for better and worse. And they
Yep.
got obsessed with making heroes unheroic, deconstruction, all the tropes. And that's not Alan Moore's fault. That was writers who chose to do that.
He regretted it
And
though.
realize,
Yeah.
he wrote it, but still, it's
No, he
you
regretted it
can't-
too. He back when he
Oh,
was
yeah,
had
he
some
did.
sense of
Even Dave
sanity.
Gibbons.
He
Dave Gibbons regretted too.
Well, yes, Miller didn't, but Moore kind of did. Gibbons kind of did. Gibbons not as much as Moore, but Moore did try to what he called sort of atone for it for a while before he went
Yeah, he
completely
did.
insane by
Mhm.
some of the fun stuff he
Yeah.
did in the '90s. But he's really wackadoodle now.
No, he went even more wacky. But no, you're right, Clobby. Thank you. You're right. He did want to atone for that because he didn't want it to be this trend-setting thing where everyone wanted their story to be like that. And I'm glad he did see that as a issue because it shouldn't have been like that. It should have just been a
Yeah.
story that was told one and done, not for people to endlessly imitate. But obviously, we all saw how history played out, and we saw people not only trying to leech off the franchise, leech off the tropes. It's been, and it's still endless to this day with it. And there's so many people at fault for that. And
Yeah. But
Dave Gibbons said like he wanted to make sure he didn't want to be known as the guy who was only doing the dark story. He wanted to do something the opposite of that after because he didn't want to be that guy. And then you got a lot of people who got into comic books not knowing that the medium was not like this beforehand. So you got people who jumped into the medium for once again for better and worse, who kind of thought that the comics were kind of always like this when they really weren't. Watchmen, you can like it or not, whatever, but it's not an accurate representation of what the comics were before it showed up. It's not an accurate depiction.
Mm-hmm.
you
You can say
kind of
it's a good
have
story,
two
it's all right,
sides.
or bad story, whatever, but it's not an accurate depiction of what comics were. It was
You
just meant to
kinda
tell a
have
story
this-
on its own merits.
Yeah, you kind of have these two sides of the going dark era of comics. You have Alan Moore that went really, really wacko. The guy went to every extreme possible and then back. And you have Mark Millar that actually noticed a lot of the shit that was being deteriorated because of his darker takes. And now, if you see, he's holding his own with really good comics that Alan Moore is barely making anything, and most of the shit that he has presented in the last few years are because he believes in witchcraft. That's his whole reasoning on why he's doing that. Millar is doing completely the opposite. He's actually making things better. So he noticed, and if you think what was going on Kikas on that era, he was going really deep into the darkness. When
He was.
Yeah.
Him and Garth Ennis were guys who were basically inspired by that era. And then Mark became a dad, or
exactly.
not even just became a dad. It's more of his kids grew up, and he got to a point where he was like, "Crud, I know I'd like for my own kids to have stories that they can read." And also, he was not He was not a fan of Man of Steel, and stories like Huck were a response to his disliking of Man of Steel. And on top
So
of it, he
glad.
wanted stories that his kids could read. So that's what's the reason why he has stories like Starlight. What's that other one? That he did with Stuart Immonen. Blah blah blah. Someone help me in
Superior
the
was a
chat.
good one.
Superior, thank
Superior.
you, Superior. Yeah, he was
Starlight,
starting. He
yeah.
wanted all.
There was
show- he-
another one
there's
about
more
an
to him.
alternate world. What was it?
God, somebody help me. What was that story with him and
God
Stuart
damn it.
Immonen? Oh,
His stories
Which,
are
Reborn?
cool and easy to remember, but it's always the name that skips you.
Are you talking about Reborn?
no,
Yeah.
Reborn was him and
Joker's
Greg
Legacy.
Capullo. I like
Wait, no,
Reborn.
no,
I
no.
thought Reborn was good. Reborn was a
I think it was
good.
Reborn.
I guess
was
you could
Reborn.
call it like
Oh,
like
Huck.
an
Huck.
afterlife love story. Huck is outstanding. I love
There's
Huck.
also Huck.
Raphael Albuquerque's art in that. I love Raphael's art in that story. What's that other one called? It was like a space opera, like almost like his version of Star Wars.
Jupiter's Legacy.
Jupiter's Legacy.
Not Jupiter's Legacy, but there's another one he did.
Reborn.
Man. Okay, not Reborn, because Reborn's an afterlife story. I can't believe it's right at the tip of my tongue. And this is bugging me. And I know I'm looking it up because
Somebody will
sadly
get it.
the one time I don't remember it. And I feel kind of embarrassed because I should know about this because these are prominent characters, especially in big games. So that's like even more of like, how did you not get this, Nick? Come on, you should know this by now. Okay, I'm looking, view the archive. And watch, I'm gonna see it, and then I'm like, oh, where are you? Where are you, you bastard?
If it's 2019, are you talking about Sharky?
Oh no, I'm talking about 2016, 2015.
Oh, okay. Huh. No, I'm really
Wow.
interested on this. I want to know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, this is gonna drive me nuts. You know, it was this. I think it was right before, right after Reborn, a year or two after Reborn. I feel like dumb that I don't. It's almost like it got removed from the Image website. I'm telling you, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Oh, Jupiter Ascending.
No, okay.
Scott-
I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys
Okay.
this cover. I'll show you these guys this
Show
cover
me
from
the
Big
goods.
Game. This character was very prominent. All right, here. Let's open this cover up here. And I will present and hello Massgrave and RJ Godzilla right here, guys.
Big Game.
Oh,
This is Big
yeah, the
Game.
one where his wife runs away with the kids.
Why is this not coming to my mind?
God damn it! I was reading it just last week. Ah.
And welcome to the show, Mergler. I haven't seen you around, but I love your 90s CGI avatar. As a ticket for a free helicopter ride. That's funny. Why is it not? See, this is what I mean. Tip of my tongue. I remember this is a story that him and Stuart Immonen did. Because I know I was just watching Joe Bennett's interview on the Rippaverse channel with Igor. And what's it called? Bennett was talking about guys that he said of the few newer guys that he liked Stuart Immonen and he liked Olivier Coipel. And I thought to myself, oh, that makes sense. They're two guys that Mark had on his books. So that is very fitting. And Stuart Immonen did this story. Empress. That's what it's called. Empress.
Empress,
Oh.
yeah.
Empress. I just remembered it. Okay. Empress. That's what it's called. Okay. It all came back. Empress, guys. That was his response to say, okay, because he's always very
There
well
it is.
documented
Miller
Star
has
Wars
great
fan.
stories, but every single one has a generic name.
Empress. Well, his whole gist is he wants to have a simple story and he wants to have a simple theme and he wants to have a simple, accessible thing. Because I listened to his interview way back with Perch, Comics by Perch, and he said, because he's like, I want people to be able to just jump right in and feel comfortable. I want to ease them in. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of respect that approach. I think that's a great way of going about it. But yeah, it was really Sue Marvel. No wonder. I thought it was really Sue Millerworld. Well, he made part of Millerworld later on. But Empress was the book. Yeah, with Stuart Immonen.
Is he still doing Magic Order?
Yes, he's working on another volume for the Magic Order. And I think it's supposed to be his last volume for the Magic Order.
So just to briefly read the description here.
Looks toxic.
Imagine you're married to the worst bad guy from your favorite sci-fi movie, an alien dictator feared throughout the universe who will kill you if you leave, but you need to escape for the sake of your 3 children. All you have are your wits, your bodyguard, and 3 guns. Welcome to Empress, your new favorite comic.
So I didn't read this one at the time, but I do remember people picking it up and enjoying it.
And now that obviously Wes and I are going to be doing this whole Middle World read through, I'm going to save it for when we get to this part organically. And it's going to be cool to see that because those characters who were from the Empress storyline in Big Game had a great part in Big Game and made me say, okay, I want to know more about these. Kind of like how I never read Space Bandits. It made me want to know more about Space Bandits. It made me want to know more about Sharky the Bounty Hunter. I'm like, wow, these are some of the stories that I miss. But it's also been cool to revisit stuff like Wanted because I've read Wanted. Oh, I've read it. I remember when that was a thing at comic shops when it came out. Man, was that what 20, 19, 18 years ago around that point? J.G. Jones on pencils. And that book was that was a bloody nose to the face. That was a bloody nose to the face. And that book was I guess you could say it was genuine shock value because it actually was shocking. It was kind of like he was coming in and being Marilyn Manson way. He was like, hey, look at this crazy shit. And it was. It really felt ahead of its time in a way. But now then of course years later down the line the trope felt so beaten to death. Now I'm not talking about by him. I'm talking about by everyone else's response to it. But it's cool to see a guy like him branched out because not all of his peers really branched out. He really said, okay, can I do a space opera? All right, awesome. Can I do a wholesome story? Huck, check. Can I do a big epic story? Big Game, check. And he really expanded, and that's fantastic for him. And I can't wait till his Nemesis Rogues Gallery launches in June. I know he's got Valerio Giordano. What a name. Giordano on pencils. He's an Italian artist. And I looked into this guy. I'm like, okay. He's been into the Italian and the Brazilian guys lately. Okay. I like where this trend's going. And if there's going to be a Ambassador sequel, he'll probably do the same thing again, where he'll let it take 3 to 4 years for it to come out, so he can do individual artists again. Which means if he gets Frank Quietly back, it's probably gonna be 3 years before his one issue comes out. Same with Sheree, Olivier Coipel. Yeah, he's got guys who he says he lets them take their time on purpose. I've not read Empress. If assuming Comic Relief Crusade, if you're asking about Empress, I've not read it. Now, I did like what I saw of the characters in the big Miller crossover, but I haven't read it in all fair and honesty. But I would recommend Wanted. I would highly recommend Wanted. I know Gary Nerdrotic, he's a big endorser of it. I know he's talked about when he worked at the Comic Outpost back in the day. He said that was a book that continuously sold throughout time. That it was always kind of a thing. You gotta make sure you have a trade or two of Wanted always on the shelves, and that's what my shop does too. Wanted is always there. Yeah, Wanted's kind of like you gotta have Wanted. You gotta have Nemesis, and now all of a sudden now my shop makes sure that they carry Huck too. Huck has now been added to the Pantheon, Reborn, the Magic Order. Magic Order seems to be gaining some serious traction, and good for that franchise. Good for that franchise. But anyways, I want to address your avatar, Crusader. So, as someone who's never read any G.I. Joe or Transformers up until the last few months, as someone who read DWJ's Transformers and then read Duke, it was nice to say if you read Transformers before reading Duke, you benefited from that reading experience. Full stop.
That Duke scene.
Let's not say it for those out there who may not.
Okay.
But I was just like, damn, right off the bat, it gave you a whole other perspective. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Whole other perspective. And I'm like, wow, okay. What seems so, I guess you could say, insignificant, like a tragedy, but not as significant. Now in the other side was very deeply significant. It's like, oh wow. It's amazing how that happens when you switch the roles around. So I really like that. It feels like they're trying to make continuity very important in these books. I think that's great, and that's how comics should be. Writers should be in contact with each other and say, "Hey, this is what we're doing over here." I mean, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm besides what we got going on with the Fund My Comic Indiegogo scene, but there's a book in this. I guess you could call it the mainstream that I'm invested in with these books. It's cool to see between Conan, Transformers.
And the thing is,
Guesser.
and the thing is, like, not only that, these are legacy brands that have been around 40 years for the two of them, that have so much previous material available that one could easily go back and check out. Where hey, if you're liking the Transformers stuff, I will say there was an amazing run out of IDW that went for like 8-9 years. It is some of like the best comics I've gone through. Like I would look forward to sitting down and reading through it, and they were good enough to make those like the digital copies of those like available via like Humble bundles and like online services. So they were out there, they were very prevalent, and there are people to this day who have become Transformers fans because of that run. And there's a couple books in there that I might go look back at and possibly try to pitch for us to consider. Maybe I'll throw in just a random one-off here or there.
Okay. Hey, I'm down for a random one-off. I'm
Hey, I love
absolutely
Riddick.
down for that.
But
have you ever seen the movie called Riddick?
The Chronicles of Riddick or the Pitch Black?
No. Pitch Black is the initial
movie.
appearance of Riddick.
I love Pitch Black.
There's 2 movies for Riddick alone. The 2 Riddick movies are absolutely great. Although the final movie leaves us with a huge cliffhanger because he's going back to Furia, and we never got the. Riddick is the 3rd movie, but is the.
I remember the second was called The Chronicles of.
Yeah. But we are left with this cliffhanger where Riddick is going to his original planet of Furia, and we never got to see what the hell is going on there. And I don't know if they. The last Riddick movie has this scene where he has a lot of women around almost naked, and one of them goes like, "Hey, what's the best way to kill a man?" And he says between that and that rib, and the girl stabs him, and he goes like, "Yeah, it's not the right rib. That's a body cavity." Because of those scenes where he actually hits women and has women naked and everything, I think they went a bit scared of continuing the story because Riddick was becoming basically a space Conan. And I actually love that angle. I love what they were doing with Riddick. The video game had a lot of fun stuff on there, and Riddick kind of went silent.
Welcome to the show, John DeVoice. I don't think I've seen you here before. If you have been here and you have commented, I apologize for not remembering your name, but I promise I will make a better effort. But I love the Conan avatar. We talked a little bit briefly on it, by the way. Really enjoyed issue 6 of the current Titan run. Thank you for joining us on your Friday night, sharing it with us. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Caster.
Oh, well, 2 things. First, I was gonna say that like I've been collecting the issues. I haven't had a chance to sit down and read through it. So I've got like the last like 4 or 5 issues like have piled up. So I have a nice little amount of that I can go read. But the thing I was gonna bring up was looking at Skybound's website for a little bit of news. I found out that apparently Void Rivals and the early issues of those early issues of Transformers are getting reprints.
Really?
And
that's cool.
Reprints with new covers, and apparently Void Rivals is on its 6th printing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember when I got the number 1 because I checked it out just so I'm like, you know what? It's a Kirkman book. I'll check it out because it's a Kirkman book. That was my whole, I guess, my reasoning to just give me a check out. And then all of a sudden that ending happened. They're like, hold on, what? This is a thing happening? And yeah, it's cool to see that between this Transformers and G.I. Joe, there's actually something connected going on. And hey, Dave C, happy new year to you, sir. Shout out. What's up, Dave C?
Dave.
So, I've got a couple more covers here just to show off real quick, including this amazing cover for Transformers.
That's killer.
Ooh, that is pedal to the metal.
It's a cover that almost makes me want to get a second copy. Like,
wait, this will be an alternate for number 1.
So this will be the cover for actually apparently the 4th printing. That's like this on the. I didn't realize this was on the 4th printing.
This reminds me of old school 90s action movies. This is the kind of poster that you will get.
Like this should they should do a variant cover, but instead of making it Optimus, make it US 1.
Oh.
And then also I have this cover for you guys.
Fuck.
RC just kicking Rumble and Frenzy in the face.
Okay, this one cracked me up.
Cool.
Yeah. The pose, man. The pose is absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Nobody can speak about realism because it's a robot.
Yeah, no. Have you seen Shaolin Soccer or such? The old school.
Oh yes, I've
Chinese
seen
movies?
Shaolin Soccer.
Yeah, look at that. It's absolutely
Oh, good
that.
point.
Yeah.
So if anything, this
All it's missing is a ball.
Oh, dude, this is great. Vulcan only lives because of Conrad. You shut your heretic. Oh, this is funny. Birdward doesn't like
40K
this cover.
boys.
Hey, it's okay if you don't. You're allowed to be honest here.
No, screw honesty. He's a heretic.
So the thing is, this gives me some hope to be able to get a copy of Duke number 1. Because if they're putting out like issues 2 and 3 and 4 of these series out on reprints, then I should be able to easily get a reprint.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what, guys? I just realized, 1, we're an hour into the show. B, we have a fellow friend who's obviously not on the show tonight, and I think it's safe to say we have a good crowd in here. The least we should do is acknowledge him, because the common nerd has another child as of today.
Yes.
Number 5. So, common
God
nerd,
damn it, he needs to work on his
or
marksmanship. It's just too freaking perfect.
Are out there listening and you're probably still at the hospital, which I totally get. I remember what that was like. Buddy, this is to you, dude. Congratulations to you and Mrs. Common. I hope Mrs. Common Nerd is doing great. Congratulations on a nerd child. Stay productive. And let the future be amazing. Let it be huge. So let's no way. No. You are welcome to say hi. I sent the link. On the
congrats.
DM. Yes.
Congrats, you crazy bastard.
Congrats to you. You're welcome to say hi if you want. I'll shoot me a DM. But seriously, congrats. Oh, yeah. Cheers. What's up, the Nightwing?
Salud, brothers.
Oh, that's fantastic. Wow.
Congrats
what time?
the cat in the bat.
They happen to be listening. I love that.
Dude,
I hope you guys just are both doing well. That why I saw the news. I'm like, man, that's excellent.
He's solving the population crisis one load at a time, and he's doing a great job.
He almost makes me feel like I have to do my civil duty and like maybe repeat it. I was like, man, this guy, he's all here being productive. I know I talked to a few months back, Quarter Black Garrett, about he's building his army. I'm like, man, should Nick do it again? We'll see.
Find out on the next episode further down the line of Not Dragon Ball Z. Oh man.
Dude, know that the conversation has gone a bit into a softer side. I wanted to say something because the chat, I don't remember who in the chat said that that cover for Empress looked a lot like Hella.
It did look like Hella.
Yeah, I'm like really, really mad on what the Marvel movie, the only Marvel movie where Hella appeared, did, because the costume was spot on. The actress was great. And the costume, there's only the shoulders that were not Kirby, but the essence of the costume was really Kirby. I loved that. I absolutely adore that. They had Kirby Crackle when she appeared on screen. They had everything right for her, and they absolutely wasted Hella.
Do you guys remember when these movies would be announced and we would get excited because like part of the discussion was what storyline are they going to adapt?
Oh,
Yeah.
guys. They're home.
Oh,
Hey.
Wow.
guys.
Good work, man.
Congratulations.
Welcome back, man.
sir. Man of the hour here.
Well, thank you,
Child
gentlemen.
now. Jeez.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
number
it.
5.
Congrats,
And yes,
brother.
Nick, you do need to have more. Absolutely, you need to have more. Undoubtedly.
I'd hug you if I could, but
You don't
Nah, I
want to
wouldn't
get
hug you.
pregnant?
I'm
You
just
don't wanna
saying.
I haven't had a shower since like yesterday afternoon or yesterday morning. So yeah, you wouldn't want to hug me. You wouldn't
Oh
want to hug
God,
me
no.
right
Glad to
now.
know you were listening. I'm just glad to know you were listening.
Well,
That's
we
the best
came.
part.
I
As soon as I
came.
said something, you spoke.
speak his name and he
Well,
shall appear.
It was really. That's exactly what it was. I was like, well, we just got home. I'll check in on the boys. We'll see how things are going. And yeah, there we go. Hold on, sorry, I got the freaking. What the hell is playing in the? Oh, it's freaking Twitter. Sorry, Twitter was playing in the damn background. I was like, why am I hearing myself? But yeah, it was Twitter in the background. But yeah, no, yeah. Well, we had the baby this morning at like it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. It was like 6:15 or something like that. And Mama's not going to get released until noon tomorrow night. And we got at the hospital at 6 last night. And Bubbles, the 3-year-old, didn't exactly want to go with Grandma tonight again. And was really upset that she couldn't stay with Mom at the hospital. I was like, well, I'm going to go home and sleep in the bed anyway, because we got the dogs at the house and the chickens and everything else. And so I was like, I'll just crash at the house tonight. We'll come back in the morning and pick you up, because they're going to keep the baby for like sound testing and all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Massgrave. Thank you, my friend. And so, yeah. But yeah, so I was just like, I was going to come home tonight and take care of all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, it worked out. Oop, crap. That's the wrong thing, you bobber. But yeah, so that's what we're doing.
That's talking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wrong. Sorry, that's me. That's me.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm gonna be having Adam on Toxic Tuesday.
Nice. For what?
On Tuesday. We're talking Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Oh hell yeah! There we go.
Yeah, he's
That'll be
excited.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
had
look
a
at the little
conversation
one.
a few days ago, and I'm
Yes,
like,
Bubbles came in.
hello.
Yeah, say hi. Say hi.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is the one that didn't. This is the one that didn't want to go to Grandma's tonight and sleep at Grandma's house again.
Say
Okay,
it,
I'm
let's
gonna
go.
be fair to her, be contrarian. I don't blame her.
Right? I don't blame her either.
Oh yeah, that's
There's no
clearly your
place like
kid.
home.
Oh
There's
yeah.
no
Oh
place
yeah.
like
And
home.
the other one's the exact, like the one, like this one didn't come out with a full head of hair like the last one, but this one did. The newest one, Donna, came out tonight with a full head of hair, and that was like the first thing my wife. If you're gonna play that, you got to go, because we can't hear all that in the background. But that was like the first thing my wife was wondering if she was gonna come out with a full head of hair. And like, yeah, as soon as she dude, it took 3 pushes and she was out. Like my wife got the epidural and it was like 5 minutes later and the baby was here. Like the epidural didn't have time to go into effect. Like,
So you
Now,
brought
there's
the-
so
brought the
many
catcher's mitt.
jokes.
So you brought a catcher's mitt along.
Dude, basically that way it was 3 pushes and she was out. Dude, there was a lady down the hall from us that was pushing for 5 freaking hours, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like we had it easy peasy when it came to that.
Dude, she has
Dude,
a lot
you
of practice.
Dad,
Yeah,
you
well,
were dude, you were giving
She
me
can do that
you were
on
giving me
repeat.
so much joking material here.
Dude, birth is always a lot of big old fucking joking material. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I also came in here with a couple of different things. One, cheers, thank you, Nick. I picked up some wine on the way home, so that way I could toast with all of our gentlemen this evening and everything else. Because I mean,
love the
hell,
cook.
you know what? I'm good to go for tonight. But
I busted
You
out
know-
the fancy goblet too.
yes, I did.
You know, I
busted
thought
a
it
fancy
was
goblet.
cultural to smoke cigars with the father after he gave a baby. Anybody got a
It
cigar or
would, but
something?
I ain't got no cigars. I got a big old fat vapor. I haven't got a chance to go by the store and pick up any cigars. So yeah, I mean, at this
I feel
point,
like I feel like I should go get the tankard.
I'm down for that. And honestly, I hate to interrupt you guys' Transformers talk. Like, if you guys want to get back to that, you can. But I also do have some stuff to show off this week as well. I don't know if we had a show and tell or not, because I got a special gift in the mail, and then I got a surprise gift that I completely and totally forgotten that I'd ordered, and I got that in as well. So, if you guys want to do show and tell for a minute, if I interrupted your Transformers talk, I'll gladly come back though.
No, I got to run, Nick. I've got to get up real early. I've had a bad day, man. But
I'm sorry,
take some
Globby.
time to cut. No, it's all right, man. It's been a long day, but I got to get up. Going to a con tomorrow very early. So
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
hey,
I'm a nerd.
have fun,
buddy.
my friend.
Globby.
Thanks for being
Buddy,
here.
congrats, brother.
Thank
How you
you.
doing? All
Thank
right,
you,
Pappy.
Bobby. Appreciate that, brother.
All right, buddy.
Everyone
and all
get
you,
it,
my
Globby.
Yeah.
have a great one. That's just one of those days. But thank you all. Have
Get
a
better,
fantastic.
man. All right. If you need
Take care,
anything,
buddy.
you reach
You
out.
got it, bro. I just got to get
All
some
right.
rest, bro, man. You guys have a
Get
great
some
one. Take
rest.
care.
Yes, please.
Good night,
Take
everybody.
Hey, brother.
Night, my friends.
All right, peace, bro.
All right, commenting. I'm zooming in on you.
All right, cool. Because I got
Broken Lid
oh.
says, "Show us."
right.
You
Okay,
better
so I'm
listen to
gonna show off the thing that I didn't know I was getting in the mail first before I embarrass one of our friends on the chat. Hold on. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Oh. There we go.
You got this.
All right. So this was something that I had forgotten that I had ordered, and I wasn't even sure if that I had ordered it or not. And like, I didn't want to go back and double check because I was like, I knew I was broke. And so I was like, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to order it. It was just gonna make me sad if I hadn't got a chance to order it. But I got this package in the mail the other day, and I was like, what the hell is in this? This is a big old box. This is from Tennessee. What the hell did I get? Well, it turns
Jack
out
Daniels?
something I'd forgotten I'd ordered. Shadows of the Conqueror.
Nice.
Right, so this is by our friend Shad Brooks, obviously Shad M. Brooks, brother to Zaza, which is another great artist, another great YouTuber. If you haven't checked out Zaza's work, definitely go check it out. It's literally Shad's brother. They've done a couple of collaborations. They're great folks. But this is his original book, but this is the graphic novels that he made adaptations of the book.
Oh wow.
And these graphic novels have have extra characters and extra little story bits in here that aren't in the book. And trust me, I read the first page of the book and I was like, oh my God, this is good. I have to put this down because otherwise I'll read I'll read this entire damn thing if I don't stop myself. So I cracked open one of these and I couldn't stop reading it. I literally sat there and read the thing all the way through. This is my kind of stuff. This is fantasy. This is kind of high fantasy kind of stuff. Magic, sorcery. I love this kind of shit. And the artwork inside of these books, it's gorgeous. Like,
Ooh.
yeah, like it's absolutely freaking stunning. The artwork that they put into this. It's just the detail. Like the artwork just absolutely blew me away with this damn thing. I was so impressed by it. So it's absolutely gorgeous. It's really thick. This ain't no thin little hardback. This is thick. You know what I mean? Like this is really solid stuff. The covers are gorgeous. The backs are gorgeous. The covers are freaking great. Like I think you can still get these too. If you go check out Shad's stuff, I think you can still get these, but the story is excellent. The artwork is incredible. I cannot wait for the next one. It just makes me want to find time to read this book old honkin' monster because the main character is so cool. I absolutely love it. Like it's just right up in line with the kind of stuff I love. And I can't wait till the rest of them come out. This shit was really good. So I highly, highly recommend this Shadow of the Conqueror by Shad Brooks. These graphic novels are great. I can't wait to read the first page of this book will grab you and you'll want to read the whole rest of the thing. Just the first page. Like it starts out with a guy that's right up my alley. I've done horrible things. I'm a horrible person. I've been suffering. I've been in penance for it. And for some reason, I've been offered a second chance and I have no idea why. And like, it's like, all right, cool. Like that's right up my alley. It's not an anti-hero. This is a guy that's trying to redeem himself, you know, and that's something you find out first 5 minutes of the book. You know what I mean? So it's not a spoiler. It's something Shad's talked about a million times going through the book. So yeah, really, really good. Highly recommend it. The artwork is incredible. Cannot wait to see Shad goes with it next. I know they're already I think they're like 90% done with the second one. So they're pumping along with that. Yeah. And then I got a very special Christmas present.
Ooh.
From a very good friend of mine.
Hey, what's up, John Coppola? Thanks for dropping in.
What's up, John? Good to see you, John. Putin's cat. Good to see you, man. So I'm going to show off the part that's a little bit different versus I show off the big bundle, because my dear sweet friend Ironcaster, my brother from another, sent me some comic books. Sent me some comics. Sent me a fat
son of a
stack
bitch as
of-
always.
Yes.
We're at the collude and send him something in return now.
Yes, we are.
Because
So
he's out of control with his generosity. We had to humble him now.
that's one of the things. And yes, Steven, almost everyone loves a good redemption story, myself included. And that's exactly what Shadow of the Conqueror is panning out to be. And it's good. And it's not just like he instantly changes into a good guy. No. This guy's got some problems. Like it's gonna take a while. So yeah, highly recommend it.
It's the kind of story that we don't get anymore. Out of late, we get the old man that is retired and tired of everything, and you need to get the really plucky girl that saves him. We used to have stories where the guy is absolutely destroyed. He has seen every shit possible. He has done the wars. He was part of the military or any army and did unspeakable things. And now he wants redemption. And that redemption arc is really good because you get to see that side of the psyche of a man that is I acknowledge everything. I have even the fear of getting a payoff of everything bad that I have done, but I want to leave something good on this world. It's nothing about just redemption or getting in a good grace. Is I want to have that in this world because I know is missing because of me.
Absolutely. And I mean, and that's the best part is the guy that he initially meets is kind of like a priest. He's a holy man. And like the worldly, the universal powers were like, hey, you're supposed to go meet this guy and look after him until we tell you otherwise. And it's like, it's a holy man. So it's not like this plucky young girl or even some young kid. No, it's just like this guy that's been around for a while. He's a holy man. And he's like, okay, we're going to try to like, see if we can work this out and keep you on the straight and narrow. So it's pretty cool. Back to the books that Iron got me. So initially I opened it up and I thought this was it. I was like, oh, cool little Star Trek thing, right? I was like, oh, this is neat. Like I hadn't even got a chance to open it. Well, that's because I was looking at it backwards. This is actually the graphic novel adaptation, the DC movie special, Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, which is my buddy Diesel's one of his favorite Star Trek movies is The Search for Spock.
Diesel.
Yeah. So this I thought was really cool. And then of course, once again, a little throwback to Diesel as well. Transformers Best of Megatron. And this one's thick. There's a bunch of stuff in this one. So I'm excited to get into this. This looks
that's
really cool.
Rusty collusion going on.
Absolutely.
That's so right at the end of IDW having the license for Transformers, and I think they did this for G.I. Joe as well. They did a bunch of these for the various characters. Like there's a best of there's a best of Optimus, there's a best of Bumblebee, best of Soundwave, like best of the Beast, best of rarities, like and there are a bunch of neat little just kind of reprints of some of the legacy books. So we're talking a couple of issues here or there from like the early Marvel days, a little bit of their own stuff, maybe some of the other studios, basically whatever they had the ability to print. So this is a good sample of like the character across like all the franchise.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to read this. This will be cool because I'm really loving the new Transformers stuff. And I noticed that was one of the things you guys were talking about earlier. So I really, really dig that. But this was my absolute favorite part of the package. And I know Ironcaster knew this would be my favorite part of the package because I did not even know these existed. Okay. Anybody that knows me that's been anybody that knows me that's been around for a little while knows that Babylon 5 was the very first sci-fi series I got into that I watched all the way from the beginning to the end. I have no idea how. It must have been like this brief time where my grandparents had cable because it was on USA back then. I have no idea how I ended up watching all of these, but I did. I watched it from beginning to end. Absolutely loved it. And so Ironcaster hooked me up with not
I've never
one,
actually
not
seen
two.
that.
Yeah. Oh, you got to watch it. Babylon 5 is so good. They need to do
Absolutely.
a 4K remaster of that. They need to do a 4K remaster of that. So not did Ironcaster didn't just hook me up with 1 or 2 or 3 Babylon 5 comics. No, he hooked me up with the first 11. Okay. Like homeboy hooked it up. This is the first 11 Babylon 5 comics. And like, I am super stoked to read these because at least like involve like the Shadow Wars, and it's got like some of the Shadow stuff showing up with some of the Shadow stuff with some of my absolute favorite storylines, like this one right here, Shadows Past and Present. Like, I love that cover. I thought the Shadow Warships were like one of the most unique designs I'd ever seen in sci-fi. They were very unique when you found out the history and the story behind them and how they operated and how the pilots worked inside of them and everything else. Like, it's very, very unique. I thought it was very new. I really like the guy that created this stuff too. He's really cool. They've got a new animated series that kind of wraps up the whole Babylon 5 series in a kind of a proper way. That's out right now. That's animated. It's pretty cool. I haven't got a chance to see it yet, but the trailers have looked amazing. I heard nothing but good things from it. But yeah, I'm like, I saw these and I was just like, Ironcaster knows how to tickle my pickle. Okay. He knows what kind of things I like. You know what I mean? So we're just going to go through all of these covers here real quick.
Jesse, can you say you enjoyed the package?
I enjoyed this package that Ironcaster gave me very much. I am loving Ironcaster's package that he sent me. All right.
Nice.
No, Jesse.
It's big.
Giggity. I love this too because it was the dawn of the third age of mankind, and that's what the show starts out with every single time. The intro to that, so I thought I freaking love that. Delenn, which is the alien chick that's on the cover of this one of my favorite characters. Great, really cool cover. You know, kind of classic sci-fi 90s.
Yeah,
kind of
gotta
stuff,
love alien chicks.
Oh yeah, and she's one of those, you love her because of her character, not just because she's a beautiful woman. Like, you just learn to love her absolute character. She's just such a faithful and
It
loyal
can't just be
friend.
both.
She was. It
Dude,
could be both.
Science fiction for some reason decided that 3-boobed girls are a thing, and God bless them. Really.
But this is a really great character too. This is one of the psychics. She's part of the Psi Corps, so she's like a government official psychic. Sorry, a psyker. I'm thinking Warhammer 40K, but she's an official government psychic. So she gets to go in and like do stuff for the government. So she's a really great character too. This is just another one. This has got the main captain and all the rest of them in trouble with some of the alien races. So yeah, the verdict is pretty neat stuff right there. Like I said, these covers are great. Like, I already showed this one off, but I love the freaking shadow stuff. I love all of the shadows and all of the kind of stuff that goes on that. And so there's actually two books in here that have that one, but this I thought would be kind of neat. On Alien Soil, don't know anything about this story. I don't know if this is something unique or what, but that's got Garibaldi and the captain on the cover. And Garibaldi is one of the greatest characters. Shout out to that guy. Unfortunately, we lost him to alcoholism. So he was actually representative of his character, because his character in the show was an alcoholic too. But still a great guy, great character. So here's another great one. This little fight on an alien planet. You got the little bubble heads and everything, like classic sci-fi stuff with the bubble heads. I love that kind of stuff. And then once again, the shadows. Love seeing the shadows show up. You know, you got shadows more past and present. This is the conclusion to that one. So I got the conclusion to it as well. So I won't be left on a cliffhanger having to go track all the rest of these down. And then this is just another great one right here with, you got the station right there. You got the Babylon 5 station. I take these out of the plastic. I hate that plastic.
So unfortunately, you will have to go and try to find like 3 issues, but you got the lion's share of the entire run.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is just great stuff. I love that Babylon 5 the station too. I thought it had a very unique look to it. And it was interesting because, like, especially back in the 90s, we used to think that the only way we were going to get artificial gravity, and honestly, they still think this to this day, is by using a space station that rotates. And that's the way you would create the artificial gravity. And that's exactly what they do in Babylon 5 too. So it's actually kind of accurate sci-fi wise and stuff like this.
Antimatter, son. Antimatter.
Yep. And this is Jakar. Jakar, and looks like Garibaldi as well. Jakar is a freaking great character from the show.
Oh, they're the two best characters in the show.
Yeah.
They're my
Yeah,
favorites.
Yeah, Jakar and Garibaldi are some of the absolute best. I don't know. I've kind of got a thing for not was it Londo?
Londo.
Yeah, the guy with Londo. Yeah, I kind of got a thing for Londo because Londo's got like this thing. He's like, I'm a bastard and I do things for all these selfish reasons, but he's still got this moral code that he can't violate. And every once in a while, he's like, damn it. It's either damn it, Garibaldi, or damn it, Sheridan. I have to do this. I have to be the good guy. And it's so against his character. I love seeing it happen. So yeah, he's one of my favorites. But yeah, here's just a good one with everybody on the cover. And this guy, this douchebag right here, I cannot remember the actor that played him, but he's a really good actor. You've seen him in a lot of things.
Walter
he plays such a
Cronin.
There you go. He plays such a good bastard.
Some douchebag. That's all.
Best
I know.
known.
Oh,
Some
he
douchebag.
plays. Yeah, he plays such a good douchebag in this show. So I love to see him on the cover. So yeah, thank you, Ironcaster. Again, I know I already said it on public, on Twitter, and in private, but thank you, dude. I cannot wait to dive into these. This is gonna be fucking dope. I absolutely love Babylon 5. So I am super stoked to dive into those. So thank you again, Ironcaster. But yeah, that's my haul. I had lots of surprises, had a late Christmas gift. It was all kinds of cool shit. So yeah, could not help but want to show those off tonight.
No, thank you, man. I'm glad that you did show it off. So I don't know if you were here earlier during the show listening, but we have decided on February 2nd, Friday the 2nd of February, where we talk about shit. X-Men God Loves Man Kills.
That sounds dope. Obviously,
All right.
I haven't read that, but just with a
So that
title
makes
like
two
that.
of us. You and I.
Oh,
get
you
to
read-
the
okay,
movies
good.
together.
Good.
Well-
I love it not being the only virgin on the panel. Woo-hoo!
So you guys might be familiar with the comic and the comic itself because you probably saw a little movie called X2.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it
They-
opening day in
Second
theaters
X- the
back in
second Fox
03.
X-Men movie?
May 2003. I remember.
Mhm.
Kurasoda's 12. I remember that day. I remember that. I saw it at the midnight showing.
They took, this was kind of something I was kind of starting to mention earlier, was back when we used to be excited about what stories are going to adapt.
Yeah.
X2 was roughly an adaptation of that story, God Loves Man Kills.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
I thought the
Because-
second
Ooh,
one
now
started
I'm
the
even more
Phoenix-
excited.
I thought the second
Well-
one started the Phoenix Saga.
Well, they combined a bunch of things, but
Okay.
for example, the primary antagonist in it, this a villain by the name of Stryker,
Mm-hmm.
was
Yeah,
they made, because we're talking about 2002, so post 9/11.
Right.
They took his character from the comic, who was a reverend, and turned him into a military general.
I thought Stryker in the comics was involved in like Wolverine's adamantium stuff and things like
Yeah,
that.
that's what the movie, at least the movie, played off on him being involved in that process. Obviously,
Yeah,
we'll
no,
find out when we get to the book, which we can't. It seems like Caster's like spoilers. We're not talking about it. That
Right,
means I
fair.
gotta read it
But
sooner.
on the
still.
creation of Wolverine, actually, you get the scientist that was behind the Wolverine creation to die on the death of Wolverine. So they had a full arc for that character in the comics. The
Nice.
issue is that the death of Wolverine is absolute bullshit.
Ah,
Right.
gotcha. Fair
Course,
enough.
So
A couple of other books that might be possibly worth considering in the pipeline. I mean, since since you said you're already doing some other Frank Miller stuff, there is Frank Miller's Wolverine, which I believe is a
that's what I
4-issue
thought
miniseries.
about, and that's not the only Frank Miller story I thought about that we should do this year. I also do want to read Sin City.
Oh, I need to read that.
Ooh. I've never read that. I've only seen the movie, so that would be
Oh,
really
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
But
I've only seen the movie.
I heard the
Yeah,
movie-
same
movie.
thing. I've only
good.
seen the films.
Do both.
Well, that's what I was
It's
gonna say.
watch
I've
the
seen
movie
the.
and read
I've
the
heard the.
comic.
I've heard the movie is like literally a 1-for-1 adaptation of the book. is
Dude.
what I've
Honestly, I
heard.
don't even
Sin
remember
City
everything. I don't
is-
think I remember everything's black and white. And there's a yellow guy.
I love Sin City movie and the
so good.
comic. I think Sin City. I'm thinking I might even do a thing where I do a Toxic Tuesday comic shop talk crossover, where it's a rare thing where we have the movie to talk about and then the comic later that week. The
Dude, I
rare
wanna be on that.
crossover.
Dude, if we're gonna
Yeah,
do that, yeah, I want to be on that. That would be great.
Oh
I
no,
love
you
that movie.
you'd
It's
have to
so
be.
good.
Oh,
Sin
Vulcan,
City's so
dude,
good.
no, dude, Sin City, man.
Oh,
I'm
Vulcan, you're
excited
gonna love
for
it,
you.
dude.
I'm
Oh
excited for
yeah,
you. That's
yeah,
oh,
dude,
this is
it's
all right.
so
So
good.
Dave C sent a member chat earlier. Thank you for your patience, sir. Says Ironcaster, I've been eyeballing the Gallagher versions of Transformers IDW 2019 Fellowship versions. Number 5 covers are hard to get. Have you seen these?
So I have not seen these, but I had to go and look this up. And fortunately for me, the TF Wiki happens to have all these available. And I gotta say, like having seen the little gallery of them, like his stuff is beautiful. Like it is mecha porn over here. So this is, I believe,
Odd
the
choice
cover
of
for
words.
Wait,
issue. This
that's
is
a genre?
Oh,
Haven't
yes.
seen that.
So
Might search
I
for
have.
it.
So if you'd be so kind, Nick, to share my screen.
Caster, I really
I'm gonna
fear
embiggen
looking at
you.
your internet history.
Like, I am loving this. The amount of like detail in this.
Damn, that's sexy.
Oh yeah.
Not only
Oh,
that,
yeah.
it's Decepticon Jetfire.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh.
actually, his whole series of these is breathtaking. Like here's the one he did for issue 1.
Mhm.
That's a really good Optimus.
It's a very kind of quiet, sort of muted piece.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, issue 4, and which is another great one. Shockwave has
The
one of the
goat.
he's one of the best Transformers to put on that cover.
DZ. How you doing, DZ? Nice to see you, buddy.
And the scene is full
Yeah.
Cybertron, so I love that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. By the way, who was this that sent the member chat? Oh, Dave C. By the way, thank you for telling me about these. Like I never knew about these variant covers. These are absolutely beautiful. I might take and put a couple of these as like my phone wallpaper. But I believe the one in question you were bringing up for issue 5 is the Dinobots. Solid
damn it.
cover.
I miss when they will really toy with having dinosaurs and dragons as Transformers.
And then finally, because I believe this is only a 5-issue miniseries, we have this one with Soundwave and all his cassette tapes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Which,
Oh, that's nice.
just as an
nice.
aside, Nick,
Yeah.
this is one of the most his like alt mode of like 80s boombox is one of the most beloved designs. Like Transformers fans like get pissed if you change this. Like, no, we want this to be like that retro 80s boombox. You do not change this.
Yeah, screw modern designs. It has to be that
Yeah.
way.
No, the Soundwave toys
What's
for the
the
boombox
problem?
design are really hard to get.
Well, there have been attempts over
I mean,
the
I
years.
enjoyed the Prime version where
on.
he's basically a drone jet.
Let Caster
So-
finish what he's saying.
So one of the issues is, the problem is for example, it was sort of a design that became sort of dated, and to try to work the
Yeah.
character into say to try to update the character, they would want to try to make him like a CD player, or they would try to do other things, and it doesn't quite work. No one quite likes the design. It's just such an iconic look that with the gimmick of having like his chest open up and having the little mini bots pop out, it is one of the most iconic things. And yeah, like the chats on my side here, like the Comic Relief Crusaders is like true. Vulcan Lives, he likes the Soundwave one best. Yeah, I think I'm with you on this. And Nightwing, I am jealous of you. Blaster is the Autobot version of this character, so it's just instead of purple, he's red.
I love
Plus a
this.
different head sculpt, but that's. But yeah,
Dude,
no, this
no,
is
I like the look of this.
it's a fun little corner of the internet to go play in. We
My
we like
favorite.
we like our cars that turn into big stompy robots. We like our
Or guns.
CD players that turn into big stompy robots. And yes, it
Oh,
might fit in your
facts.
pocket, but it's gonna turn into a big stompy robot to crush your Corvette, which is also conveniently gonna turn into a big robot.
So either I'm just screwed. Okay, good point.
The only design that was really disappointing was Megatron. He was a gun.
And the worst part is they've just due to like toy some of the rules around toys, like they've never gone back and really done that gun mode. He always turns into a tank or a helicopter now. The only
Oh
time they
yeah,
did that
that's
was
true.
like
I never found it again.
there was like a Nerf gun they kind of did back in like 2003, but we're still talking. It's
God,
been 20
companies
years
today
since
are
they've done a
pussies.
proper gun. Well, outside of the Masterpiece, or it's like super expensive, but that's
Shit. Who you calling a king? You're the king, 5 Pico. Shout out to you, man. You're the real king. Cheers. Oh, he returned from drinking.
Nice.
Thanks for being here.
All right. Hey guys, I gotta drop out. Certain things came up.
oh.
All right, Fenrir. Have a
I
magical
gotta get
evening.
late, man.
Cheers.
Go ahead.
Cheers and shout out
Yeah,
to you.
I'll join you when we start doing the Miller thing, and I can't wait until I have a political debate with Pablo over God loves, man kills. So yeah, looking forward to that, dude. Get ready to get your ass beat.
Okay,
Well,
brother. Bring
You
it
got a month
on.
to read
All
it.
right. Once
Alright.
again, congrats, bro. You're an inspiration to us all. Now, seriously, you've gone through a lot in the last 24 hours. Rest, dude. You deserve it. And he's not even here, son of a bitch. You try being nice to a guy.
Nah.
All
Good night,
right, then. No
Fenrir.
one
Thanks
tell
for
him
being
about
here,
this.
man.
See ya.
Real quick, Mohammed says he copied.
Oh, now you
Alert
show up.
with questions
Crap.
and answers. Hey,
I
dude,
heard you.
no, let us know on Gilded, man. Obviously, being caster frequent very well on Gilded. We gotta get Pablo on there. We gotta find a way to get Pablo. I think Pablo would be a very good fit on there. And seriously, yeah, I want to hear your thoughts, buddy. So do share. You know, I eventually respond to whether I respond in a few hours or in 5 days. You do know I get to it eventually. So please do let us know, sir. And I am definitely sold on checking it out inevitably. I just know I gotta get cracking down on Planetary and Wanted. So again, with Wanted, which no complaints there. I practically Wanted has been in my life on and off for since its inception. So
You know, I've not read it, so I think this is probably telling me I should go check it out.
oh dude, yeah. No, Wanted was a big deal. Like when that story came out, that was a major deal as far as the indie scene went. Like one, it obviously put Mark Miller, it solidified his name on the Indian map. That's a big thing. One, it's also the first story that takes place in the real world universe, and how essential Big Game ties back to Wanted as well. Like Wanted is essential. It's essential reading. It's and this is you want to see. This is when Mark Miller was at his most edge lord like state. Like this is him. This is him being him and Garth Ennis in their prime being Alan Moore, Garth Ennis in terms of the savagery, the brutality. It's just this Wanted is it's a story that's not for the faint of heart. It's really not for. Hey, Jason, what is the situation? Comic? See, I want a comic accurate Wanted because you know why? They need to cast the Fox accurately. They gotta make and they gotta get the fraternity. I get what you're saying about the villains because I didn't mind the villains in the movie, but I want the fraternity of the comics. Yeah, I think a Wanted show maybe later in the year we'll do a Wanted show just on that whole book. I think that'd be a fun show to do. But man, ooh. I'm being nitpicky here. I'll admit it, but for me, that Wanted comic, there's just something about that those 6 issues right there. is a sacred piece of brutality. It's a very sacred piece of brutality. Sacred and brutality in the same sentence. One it is.
You know, I was just thinking about it. Just because we both happen to have picked it up, and I've noticed a little bit more attention kind of bubbling up or in sort of in kind of the zeitgeist. We should look at that Turok the Dinosaur Hunter #1. At some point.
Yeah, dude, I saw it at when I was at I was gonna say the place and I almost doxed myself, but let's just say the local place I go to. Yeah, I saw it there. I'm like, well, I almost feel like I'm being taunted by it. I'm just saying, I'm being taunted, guys. It was
Which,
it was definitely a thing.
when we do cover that, we need to talk a little bit about sort of the history around it and sort of why it's got a notorious place in the history of the comic industry.
I remember Razorfist was going off about it a while back because I remember him liking the comic book, but he said it was one of those things where they way severely over ordered on it just because it was a foily cover.
Like, and it was.
And I'm like, wow.
Well, just to kind of tell a little bit of the story now. It was one of those early, like, it was one of those comics that sort of helped burst the speculator bubble of the 90s.
Oh,
where
it absolutely
they were
did.
trying to get comic shops to go and sell and buy 1,000 copies of that book just to get one like red foil variant or something like that.
That was where you start to notice that the direct market was starting to game the system with how they would have special incentive covers if you order this much. And, you know, it'd be one thing. And granted, I think the method, the whole practice around it is absolutely stupid, period, like full stop. But if I had to be devil's advocate and had to apply it to a certain comic, maybe a Spider-Man or a Batman or the X-Men in their prime, but not to Turok. And I say that as no disrespect to the Turok character, but he's a character that's not had anywhere near the recognition that obviously those big two characters had. Maybe if you pull it off with a non-big two character, maybe Spawn, but that would have to be like Spawn #1 or Spawn the debut with Greg Capullo. It would have to be really specific to pull that off, even with a Spawn. It should have never happened.
The thing was, Turok, which was already an existing property, like that wasn't like the premiere of like a brand new character. Like, no, he was a character from like the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Who had those like bigger magazine format, those bigger magazine print size books. It was Valiant was the company that was like had gotten the rights and they put it out. Eventually, the video games as we know them from like the 90s were adaptations based on that run of comics.
Mm-hmm.
So, little fun fact, by the way.
Yeah,
I love the Turok video game. I played the hell out of that Turok.
The 64, the 64 game.
Nintendo
Yep,
64.
N64.
Yeah.
To this day, I still remember the cheat code for Turok 2. Beware, Oblivion is at hand. Just to be able to get all the weapons with like unlimited ammo, be able to go to any level, fight any boss, and it had the best weapon ever, the cerebral bore, which was like this gun that would. You shoot this thing like a bullet. It's this little screaming like alien parasite thing flying out and just like squirms through the air, and it locks onto the brain of an enemy, and then it digs into their head and then like burrows in, and then they explode.
We had great weapons in the 90s. We had great weapons in the 90s.
And a lot of pouches and a lot of oversized biceps.
Yeah, we had not only great weapons, we had great video games for dinosaurs. We had Turok and we had Dino Crisis. And Dino Crisis was absolutely awesome.
Do you remember?
Right.
Do you guys remember? Like, there was a whole trend of like those like big game hunter games, like, you know, where you like go hunting, but like you're not just hunting deers and bears and shit like that. No, you're hunting like dinosaurs.
Yes.
We used to just have games like that.
Yeah.
It was
It
standard.
was a good time.
All right, I gotta acknowledge our great super chat here from Christian DeLorean's Final Revival for Canadian $5 says, I love to hear Nick laugh at my joke when he's half in the bag. Why did Frosty pull down his pants? He heard the snowblower was coming. Ah!
Nick's gonna die over there on that one.
Oh,
Good job,
so
Credence.
good.
Good job, Christian.
That's a perfect dad joke.
Dude, that's a classic
Thank
one too. That
you.
thing's been around forever. That's a good one.
That I've actually confessionally have never heard before. And also, shout out to our buddy Jason Sandberg. He says he's inking Jupiter number 2,
Nice.
getting into the groove. Happy New Year. Oh, dude.
Hell yeah.
When you come on to promote Jupiter issue 2, that's not just going to be a regular stream. That's going to be a party stream. That's
I
going to
want-
be a party stream.
I
That's
want to
going to be
see
one
what.
of those streams where we had to elevate it to another level
Oh yeah.
just to accommodate to Jupiter issue 2.
I want to see the next trailer. The first trailer for Jupiter 1 was really, really good. So I want to see what he comes up next. Because
When we do your care package, Pablo, because I know Castor and I mentioned briefly, I think down the road, we should definitely add a copy of Jupiter in there for you. Jupiter number 1 for you.
dude,
sure.
I will make a party if that happens. I really
Well,
will.
Seriously, I think right now, obviously, I gotta look into the logistics and see how the shipping works as far as what it costs as far as the weight for shipping to Ecuador goes. But if Castor and I, maybe a few hours work together, team up and get you something that we could send out your way. I have a few ideas in my head, but I can't say in public. It's I'm probably gonna have to talk to Castor and Common about it in private. But I have an idea or two, but I can't say because it would ruin my surprise of what I'm thinking. So,
I know some drug
gentlemen
smugglers.
that are not Pablo on the panel, we're gonna have to talk.
You know,
gonna have to talk.
As Nick has mentioned this, it just dawns on me. I have the perfect fucking gift for you, Pablo.
Oh boy. Make it a surprise.
Oh, okay. I thought about several things and I don't know which one will be crazier. And I will just say this. I will make an unboxing video. Even though right now my whole room is in shambles. The situations last year took a toll on my collection because I needed to finance some health related things for my family. So some things are gone that I will dearly miss. My room is
like your little Yoda.
no Yoda stayed, but some video game consoles. Yeah. So my collection is really smaller now. That's why I'm not even trying to be on camera right now because basically the whole decoration changed into being barren and kind of looks crappy. I'm thinking about some things, but also I got a sofa that I will refurbish that may change the layout of my room considerably because I wanted a sofa for so long. And this sofa is really, really comfy. So it's gonna make me really, really happy. But I will make an unboxing. I will make sure to make the room really, really nice for that. And dude, anything, absolutely anything, will have a place of honor here in my collection.
Yeah, I have an idea. Once again, I have an idea. I want to run through the guys first here. I have a plan to say. Once again, I want to really make this something worthwhile because if we're gonna work a team up effort to get something to Ecuador, I have a few ideas, but I want to see how the guys feel about it first, and then we'll just do it. If they like it, I'll take their input, see how they feel too. I had to be very vague on purpose. I hate doing this, but I have to be. If they like what I'm presenting to the table, we'll go with it, and then obviously we'll make history. It'll be great, and then the rest will be history. Simply put, this is not really a complicated thing.
This all I know is this could be really fun if I'm
All right, fine.
thinking
I'll go
what
ahead
I'm
and spoil
thinking.
it. I'll go ahead and spoil it. We're gonna send you nothing but Miles Morales merchandise.
and dildos
Depending
and
if it's
dildos.
the Spider-Verse merchandise, there's a couple of figures that I actually want. So the joke is on you. For those who don't know, I actually really like the movies. The shit is that I was loving the character on the first video game, on the first Spider-Man video game, and now they destroyed that. And if they destroy Miles Morales on the movies, there will be nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing redeemable about the character, and that sucks because my first dog, I have two dogs. They were born during the pandemic here in my house. The first one is called Miles Morales because he was climbing in everything and he was black. So I was like, hey, he's Black Spider Man, he's Miles Morales. And then I got my second dog that is yellow, is a golden retriever, and he's Peter Parker. So I was like, he's like Miles Morales, but he's white. Peter Parker. My naming of dogs is really weird. I had a dog that was called Guinan for Star Trek. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
but I don't want them to do
I
that.
went and for example, I went and named my cat my cat Nova because he's got the little white kind of white starburst up the nose, which reminded me of the Nova of the crest on the Nova helmet.
Yeah.
Even though at the time I hadn't read the comic, but I saw it and it just immediately clicked with me. So like I totally get it.
Hey, dude, my,
The common nerd, Jesse, yes. Peter Parker is a Spider-Man. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Miles Morales needs his own identity. That's my whole case about the character. The character could work. They are just ruining any chance for that character.
Well, and that was the argument that Ripa always made. Like, you look at his story, it's identical to Peter Parker's story. Like, why couldn't you do something different? Like, instead of being like the exact same spider or whatever, the radioactive spider, why couldn't you have done like I don't know, like you could have had a spider that was in like you could have built like a nuclear power plant in like the freaking South America and had some crazy ass spider that got infected by a nuclear power plant instead of, by the laser radiation or whatever. Like, you could have done something different and still done the spider thing and gave him a different origin story, and like and done something, maybe he doesn't have a family tragedy, maybe he's just a guy trying to live up to his hero standards, like there's there's a lot of better ways you could have done something.
Yeah, like absolutely. But even if they are doing the copycat getting the abilities, you can create your own character and have a different universe for him, have a different kind of villains and traumas and everything, because part of the fun of getting to know Peter Parker is that he's really screwed up because things have gone sideways since he got his powers. Uncle Ben died, when Stacy died, Norman Osborn died, right? He's basically anyone that he meets has a death sentence at this point. The only one that they really didn't have the cojones to kill on the original runs, and now they are trying to kill every single time, is Aunt May. On the original runs, Aunt May is really sick. Almost every year she was sick.
They should have. I'm sorry. At some point, we need to
die.
We need to retire.
We gotta
the
let
character.
it go.
It's
all right.
How many times are we gonna do this? She's sick.
I got a direct donation. I gotta acknowledge.
Yippee! Never.
TZ with a direct donation for 10. Oh, thank you, TZ. Says, saw Geary and Culture show today after FNT. If he doesn't reach his goal after the comic book, does it still get published? Yes. Yes, it absolutely does. The gist is he's trying a lot of the funding goes to it. I don't want to be a complete spokesman on Gary's part, but here's what I do know. A lot of what's being part of the cost is the paying off the artist. This book is coming out no matter what, but it's the artist is a big thing, especially when you look at the art. It looks really good.
he made sure to go for top dollar with a guy like this. This is what helps him seal the debt a bit, quite a bit, because he got such a good, unique talent. It's coming. There's no way it's not happened. Trust me on that. All right. If that were to be the case, Geary and I would have to have a talk. But Geary, not that type of guy. He's not gonna run off with your money. He's not gonna push the book back until the end of time. I don't want to go into rabbit hole tangents because we've already seen too many recent events over the book.
Boy, ain't that the damn truth.
This is not the show for that. I actually want us to be here together. I don't care if you are what side of whatever. We're here to enjoy it and be together. I don't care if you're
We're here for good stories.
We're here for good stories. Thank
I
you.
miss
Full
old school
stop.
Nerdom.
Thank you, TZ, for $10. But dude,
Yeah.
if you ever get any concerns, just you know how to reach me. We're on Gilded together. You can always get me. Never hesitate if you got a question. I have direct contact to Gary. I have his phone number and everything. You know how to reach me, brother. Okay, you know you can never feel bad about getting a hold of me personally. And Mohammed has read Duke number one. Dude, go check out my spoiler-free review on it as well. Please go check it out. You know what, Massgrave? Even though I'm not an equality type of guy, I appreciate your consistency. I do. I'll even say I admire it.
He says that all the time. He says
Yeah,
that all the time. He
I
hits
wanted to
everyone
say, I
TZ. Oh,
Let's go up his butt.
okay.
Boy, he knows.
Fine.
He knows
That's a
very,
valid
very
concern.
well. He knows
Okay, fine.
very, very well.
You make a valid concern. That's a very valid concern. You don't want
well,
that
if
money
it's
to
a
go
fat
up
stack.
there.
Sorry, I had to do that joke.
That was good.
I wanted to say I miss this old school nerdom and fandom that we used to have. That you will literally just have a yell match with somebody about not politics, not anything that is current topic. It was about the characters, and you will keep just this yelling match about some absolutely nonsensical point on somewhere in the X-Men run or somewhere in the Spider-Man run. At the end, when you were completely calmed down, everything was cool, you will still go with the son of a bitch that is absolutely wrong to drink a beer and enjoy even more yelling because it was fun. Having these discussions was absolutely fun. I love it that people will have different interpretations on movies. There was so many interpretations on The Matrix, and The Matrix is a movie that can go any way that you want because of the content of the movie and the way that everything is on screen. You can basically say that this was an allegory for this and this was an allegory for that because the movie makes absolutely no sense. That's the point. You can take anything that you want about it. And you will have this screaming match of you are an absolute asshole. How dare you say that? How can you have this opinion? No, let's drink. And everybody was buddies with everybody, and that was absolutely perfect. No, if
I
you
just heard
have
let's drink.
yeah, if you have a different opinion,
Yeah, I gotta
you are
refill my
basically
glass.
enemy number one, and being enemy number one takes away the fun of having a pal that you can yell at.
I have upgraded from basic Jim Beam. Well, technically, it's still a downgrade because I was drinking Knob Creek a year ago, but it's in a few more weeks. I'm going to be back to drinking Knob Creek. But I went back down to Jim Beam, but now I'm up at Jim Beam Black Extra Age Bourbon.
Ooh.
Extra Age, if you will.
Well,
And you guys beer, go get your
Captain
beer,
Morgan.
sir.
I got a
Captain
Cabernet
Morgan,
Sauvignon tonight.
So
Cabernet Sauvignon.
guys, I don't know if you chat. I'm gonna assume that you have backed this, and we're gonna promote it because, well, there's a creator who I have very fond feelings for in terms of creativity. You may have heard of him. His name is Mike Barron. He wrote my. Okay, this is sentimental for me because
Mike Barrow is one of the first guys I ever got into big two books outside of Marvel and DC. B, he was my first ever Indiegogo book ever. He was my gateway book. I remember when I was coming around actually taking a look at to what's going on, and I guess you could say on the other side of the scene here, I remember catching a stream and I remember seeing Mike Barron. Oh, hey, that's Mike Barron. I remember Mike Barron, really good talent. What's he doing here? And then he was promoting his first book called Florida Man. And I was like, oh, that's cool. He's got a book called Florida Man. And of course, I did a stream when the book came out with Culture Casino and Lorena Creole. And it was awesome to talk about the book. Now he's got a sequel here on funmycomic.com. I will post in the chat. Guys, he's got 24 minutes to go. Oh,
Wait,
well, this is
for the name Hoxilla, I really hope is a really fat cancel pick. I will say it like that.
So Mike Barrett ended his numbers on Kickstarter. He was at over 9K on Kickstarter. And this ends in a few minutes on Fund My Comic. And the Indiegogo link has 4 hours left. Guys, seriously, Mike Barron, as someone who has read the first Florida Man story, backed it, bought it, loved it, read it several times, you want Florida Man in your life. I mean, it's Florida Man. Even if you took Mike Barron out of the equation, you get a comic book on the character of Florida Man. You can't say that doesn't sound great on paper. I'm telling you, it's even better than what sounds good on paper. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Vulcan is right there. Yeah. So I posted in the chat the Fund My Comic link, Indiegogo link. Seriously, guys, go back. This is the sequel to the original Florida Man book.
I just
Florida
backed
Man
this.
versus Hogzilla. Oh, which one? Fund My Comic or
Nice.
Indiegogo?
Fund My Comic.
Oh,
so you better
DC
do it, Fund My
version.
Oh,
I don't think Seattle Man is a threat to
oh, there you
anybody.
go. Oh,
Mainly-
updated 8,051. Yeah,
And-
yeah.
And I opted for a cover C.
Oh, well, you know what? Let's go. Let's look at cover C. While we're here, let's look for cover
Shows.
C here.
Oh, I am liking what I'm seeing.
Oh,
man.
that's dope. Hell yeah. Dude, I
Yeah.
love that because that's got you like that's got that Army of Darkness boomstick kind of like cover to it. Like I love that. Although I do love D though. Like watching dude ride the hog, like that's fucking great.
Oh, by the way, Jesse, have you ever seen the alternate ending for Army of Darkness?
I don't think I have.
Yes.
I slept for too long. Okay, basically, when he gets the potion that makes him sleep, instead of going back to current time, he actually sleeps until the apocalypse. And when he wakes up, humanity is dead and everything is in ruins, and he just go like, "I slept too long," and that's the end of the movie.
Oh wow.
That's a great
freaking
cover. Seriously, of that. Seriously, that Hogzilla cover, that is awesome. And that vacation cover is excellent, man. That is fucking awesome. You did good, Caster. It looks like Vulcan Lives agrees with you as far as the best cover go. I just went for the traditional cover. I was like, I didn't want to think too hard, so I went for Matthew Weldon's cover. Kelsey Shannon colored this one as well, which is cool. And if you guys missed the first volume, it's right here as a reissue for Florida Man. And Muhammad says, have you read? I read the first 12 issues of Gunslinger Spawn. I thought it was good. I actually was really invested in what I liked. I just sadly have not picked up since, even though it wasn't like a lack of interest. I just never got around to it. I'm hoping to, because I know Brett Booth did issues 1 through 25, and I did 1 through 12. So it's good that they kept on a consistent penciler for 25 months straight, 25 issues, not a month skipped. Shout out to Brett Booth for doing that, because that is awesome. The fact that he pulled that off, he got promoted to the main Spawn book because of that. I respect that. Even though I'm not
Yeah,
a
Yeah.
Spawn guy, I did
From-
like Gunslinger.
So I actually got I don't remember who sent it to me now, but it was one of your followers. But I've got like 3 different variant covers of the Gunslinger Spawn, the very first one that he sent me. Yeah, and the variant covers are freaking dope. They are so cool. So I can't remember who sent them to me now, but I appreciate you for sending those to me. They sent me a fat stack of comics. And yeah, I had Gunslinger Spawn in there. I had like 3 different variant covers on that. So yeah, I need to read that. That looks cool. I love Spawn. Spawn was one of my early guys too because I loved the movie. I really liked the animated stuff that was on HBO. Like,
was great.
yeah, and I'm super excited. You know, he's got a new project coming. The script, it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done with Blumhouse, and he's supposed to get to read. McFarlane's supposed to get to read the script this month.
He's continuing the story from the animated series, right?
No, I believe this is gonna be.
you.
I believe this is gonna be something fresh. What?
I got good news for you then, Common Nerd.
I'm listening. Are we doing Spawn?
Well,
We should.
Yes.
We should.
Todd McFarlane has really expanded Spawn into becoming a universal thing. I'm like, okay, cool. And that's what got me to check out Gunslinger. And I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it. Now, here's the book that really has my attention. It's coming in April and looks to be a monthly. It's called Salmon Twitch Case Files. And these are characters in the Spawn universe.
Ooh.
Here's the cover.
Oh, cool. Oh,
This is going to be a monthly series premiere. It's March, so sooner than April.
That
Says
cover is
your
killer, man.
favorite
that
detectives
cover is
are
dope.
back in their new ongoing series, Salmon Twitch Case Files. From the world of Spawn, acclaimed creator Todd McFarlane and artist Simon Kudronsky bring you a tale of murder, intrigue, and deception in this noir crime drama.
Hell yeah.
All right. I'm going to be checking that out. I'm down for a detective story. I think we're in a major shortage of that. So I'm going to, at the very minimum, give the first 5-6 issues of that a shot and see if it's good because I want that to be great. I really want that to be great. So, yeah, guys, back Florida Man versus Hogzilla. Keep your eye out for Salmon Twitch Case Files if you're a Spawn guy, or even if you're not. I mean, who does love a good heroic detective story? I want to see. Yeah. I love investigations. I think that is perfect, and I hope that it's good. I really hope so.
Well,
Nemesis
stuff's always
Gallery.
So good too.
What's up?
Noir stuff's always so good too. Like I've always really enjoyed like the noir genre. I think it's a fun little classic throwback. You know, the woman the beautiful woman walking in, going, "I've got a problem," and everything's in black and white, and the detective's just like, "I don't give a damn." You know, I love all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm down.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely,
so,
man. I agree.
So I suppose that does bring up the question. Like, we should probably consider throwing onto the list for something to do later this year. Maybe the first like couple issues of Spawn. I think that would be good to do for a show.
I don't know. I'd be down. We could do it. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, if this year we do the first issues, we do the first issues for Spawn and Hellboy, it will be a killer year.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
we definitely got to do more Hellboy this year. We will.
Yeah, because after we did that Christmas Hellboy special, like I went back and started reading all those. I've read like the first 3 issues of those of that Hellboy. Yeah.
This is really good, right?
It's good stuff.
Between that, we'll do some Spawn. We'll do some Hellboy. We're gonna do Sin City this year. We're definitely doing Sin City.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good little mix of some indie stuff.
I like it.
We're gonna do some Spider-Man, John Romita Senior era too. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do more of all the. We're gonna do Wanted. We're gonna do a Wanted episode. I think that's now practically inevitable. I mean, Wanted is such an essential comic. It'd be crazy to ignore it. And just like Ironcastle, our man TZ Burton here just backed Florida Man. Would you back it on Fun My Comic or Indiegogo, buddy? Just so we know, because
and
Fun My Comic,
that is
Fun My
awesome.
Comic, Fun My Comic. Sorry, I love those.
So just to show it off, like I have been kind of I have started to put together a little bit of a.
You should get this on our guild.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, I can throw this up there.
Yeah.
But this
Oh, he
is
backed up
they're
on my
just
comic. Yeah.
Yes,
Man,
yes, my boy.
TZ.
Hell yeah. Good job, TZ.
so yeah, this has been something I've been kind of slowly putting together a little bit over time, and just to let everyone know, like out in the chat, like I do try to pay attention to books people suggest and recommend, and try to throw them onto the list. Plus, trying to keep
Oh, yeah.
I need to go back and kind of keep a bit of a running tally of what we have covered.
Oh no, that's good because that is very important to do. We definitely want to add Nova Wolfman because we cover that very well. That was a blast to do. Fantastic Four as well. We actually did that whole spiel with the Sphinx. F4, the
Mhm.
Oh
Sphinx.
yeah.
And we
Yeah,
have
that was
done Fantastic Four
so much
before.
fun.
We did Fantastic Four for the Inhumans.
Yeah.
I'll go back over the past issue. I'll go back over the past streams we've done and kind of and pull up the issue numbers just so I can get a running tally of that.
Yeah, no, that's good. Obviously,
We have-
ASM 1 through 40. We can say we've done that.
We have covered a lot of really good stuff, man.
I know, and we have
Oh,
still
yes,
barely have scratched the surface. Like we still haven't really committed to a lot of DC yet. There's still a lot of indie stuff we have. Well, we did Starlight under Have Red, add Starlight to it. Starlight was
We
fantastic.
haven't done Uncanny X-Men.
Oh,
No,
and
not
that's
yet.
coming up, man. February 2nd, X-Men
Yeah.
God Loves Man Kills. I can't wait. Yeah, guys, this is good. The future of the show is glorious. Between the shows that we talk about comics, between the guest appearances, whether we got Hojo next week, C.S. Johnson, I look forward to her coming back, and then the Open Geek shows.
I want to propose.
And also a few other, we'll just say, and I'm not going to put names, other names of they're going to be on the show guesting are coming on this year. We're still working on dates, but they're going to come. We'll just say that. It's going to be great.
I want to
It's gonna be
propose
great.
doing Doctor Strange because that's one of the characters
You
that I
should.
love
We
that is
have
really
to.
different. And
Well,
if we can get Juice in the mix, because there was a time before all the wokeness that they actually nailed having a black character that was kind of the psychic and then the apprentice and then even replace Doctor Strange for a while is Brother Voodoo. And Brother Voodoo is really savage.
Yes.
So I love that character. I absolutely adore that character.
That's a good character to love.
Dude, when he was the Sorcerer Supreme, the first thing that he did is actually fucked up everything. And that's the reason why Dormammu was basically destroying everything that Doctor Strange have done. And yeah, then Brother Voodoo becomes absolutely savage. I love that story.
well,
It's good times. It's good times.
since you mentioned Doctor Strange, there is one particular comic I think would be a really good one of the Marvel graphic novels that would be a good story to cover for the show. Triumph and Torment.
Ooh.
This is the Doctor Strange, Doctor
Doctor
Doom
Doom,
team
yeah.
up.
I have read this, and you know what?
Yes.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
Add that to the list. Add that to the damn list.
Doom is
This is
bowler in this.
inevitable. Roger Stern and Mike Mignola with Mark Badger, two of some of the most fascinating characters. I'm not even talking just hero and villain, but fascinating. The personality clash alone. Yes.
Doom,
It
okay.
and also it just the fact it gets so right into the crux of the motivation, the best motivation for Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Dude.
Actually, Doctor Doom, when they explain a lot of his magic powers and his relationship with literally hell, is so fascinating because up to that point, you considered him just to be an asshole, just to be this maniacal asshole that wanted power. And now you know how deep his need, not only want, need for power is, it changed everything about the character because he's not only evil, he's doing evil because he actually truly believes that's the path of redemption for him and a way to actually protect people from having the same fate as his mother. Is absolutely fascinating. Doctor Do is such a good character, man. He's such a good character.
All right,
Dude.
guys. This is gonna be the part where, as I always say, you leave the crowd wanting more. We just teased you, and we teased you huge with what we've covered, what is to come. X-Men God Loves Man Kills coming early February. Hojo next week. C.S. Johnson later in the month. A few other names I can't say yet, but I will talk about that within the coming months. So you just gotta catch it, and of course, more open shows, more shows that happen to be just on what's coming out the week, and then Vulcan Lives as we're about to play.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah, Vulcan!
Thank you.
Oh, Vulcan!
Boy, good to see you, my friend. What did he send? Tell me how much he sent me.
I swear, it's almost like he times this out now. This is like a pattern now.
Most likely, yeah. And he's really precise on that.
He really is.
He's good.
Either this is all coincidental or he's got amazing timing. Vulcan Lives with a $10 direct donation. Says, Vulcan Lives. Can't let teasing Christian carry all the way tonight. Just want to say I'm looking forward to reading a bunch of rad comics with you all this year. Thanks for another awesome stream, dudes. Dude, thank you for hanging out with us, man. Like I said, those types, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the $10. That's fantastic. But what's more valuable than that is just your time and your contributions. That is what's even cooler. Because I just love hanging out, and the fact that you're now. Here's the thing: when we started the show earlier on, we were reading this just because we were reading this just to read these things. Now we you and a few other people who are now actually ask us, "Hey, what are you guys reading?" So we can join in. Now it's like how the YouTube has a lot of people watching movies and TV shows as the watch logs. Now we have our own version of read alongs. We didn't have now we have that, and it's so much cooler, and it adds to our already organic enthusiasm. Now you just amplify all our enthusiasm.
We literally started just to make fun of New Mutants and America Chavez. That was the beginning of the show.
So
and now
the
here
thing I
we
want to point
are
out
with
is
this.
also
Go ahead,
like
Kester.
just the comic recommendations you guys give out to us that you're throwing out. It's a love, the passion of these books. We're not out here to like sit and make fun of bad comics. Like, no, there's so much potential in so much of this stuff. Like this was an entire industry, this entire medium that people have enjoyed for decades. Generations have passed these stories on. There's so much to enjoy, and we're going back. We're checking out some of the classic stuff. We're going and re-exploring some of that love of this stuff. For some of us, we're reading this for the first time. For others, we've been there, we've done that, we've bought the t-shirt, and we want to kind of spread that love of this stuff. So a chance to talk about these books.
It's also a chance, Cass. I want to piggyback off what you said, because what you said was awesome. It gives guys like me and Klobby who may have maybe ignored it or even just wrote it off and give it a proper shot of like, oh, hey, this wasn't so shabby. Like Klobby and I are the biggest proof with Hellboy. We're the type of guy like, oh, this type of story doesn't really like it look like it's for me. Klobby and I were some of the guys who were like, hey, this was awesome. That is awesome. When you can have that mind change like that, when guys like us can change our minds
And then when we get to relive old glories, like the Spider-Man stuff, and then we get some of the normie perspectives, like I'll be coming in with X-Men in a few weeks. It is awesome that we can do all these variations of comic book chatting, and we still have this consistent crowd here. Consistent crowd. That is what's fucking awesome, because YouTube does recommend people do one thing, and I'm not gonna absolutely vilify anyone for doing it. I get it. I get why people do it. There's a lot of valid reasons. I even go as far as to say there's almost 100% validity as to why people do it. It makes sense. It helps with the subs. It helps with the everything. I like Ripa, like Razor Fist before me, guys who I mentioned very frequently here on this channel. I'm one of those guys who have chosen to take the risk. And somehow, some way, the risk is seeing payoff. It's not something I'm ever going to recommend because, trust me, doing this type of thing where you talk about different things is a risk. It is. Full stop, it is.
Yeah.
But am I having fun doing it this way? Oh, you damn right I am. You damn right. And then TZ here. Oh, TZ, he does it again. What is this now? A competition? Who's doing this?
Oh yeah.
Donation fight, donation fight, donation fight.
And then TZ here with another $10 says, cheers, guys. Drink up. Oh, dude, you could just send me a direct comment and I would have done that. Thank you. Thank you, TZ. We'll do.
Dude,
All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is say, hey, Nick, drink. I was like, okay, hey, without question, brother.
Who am I to tell them no?
the best part is you are wearing a wanted poster for a pirate, and you just did the most piratey thing ever.
Hey,
That's nice.
4Cal, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for dropping in, man.
Oh,
Catch the replay.
Putin's cat?
It's been a fucking fun show.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yes.
Putin's
Next
cat
week-
had a comment that was that we have inspired him to do a channel about reading Penthouse. And you know what? That's not even the craziest idea you can imagine. There's some issues of Penthouse and of Playboy that are actually worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for the articles. And I mean that. So yes, you can do that and you will have a lot of people wanting to hear what you have to say.
I now know what it's like to be Culture Casino here. I'm trying to get this right. And you guys, you won't even let me.
No. Do it. Do it, Nick. I almost called you Culture.
Yeah. Yeah. Take care, Comic Relief for Crusader, but Chernobyl with. I'm gonna annoy my neighbors in this apartment, but $50!
50.
Oh,
And
man.
he doesn't even say a word. This son of a
Chernobyl.
bitch here comes in, $50, and that's it.
Doesn't say a thing.
the type of
Just
guy-
lays it down. He just lays it down on the table, just flops it out, just slaps it on the table, looks you dead in the eyes, doesn't say a fucking word, turns around, heel turns, doesn't even just do a regular turn. He does a heel
Nick,
turn.
Check
and
his
just
He walks away
right
from
out
the
the fucking-
explosion,
Walks
and he
right
doesn't look
out the
back.
door, doesn't look back.
Nick,
It's cool guys don't
check
look at the
Extreme
explosion,
Elements.
just walks right back out the fucking front
About-
door.
I hear
But
all this
wait,
talk about-
there's more.
Exactly.
I hear all this talk about who does that. Who does that? Chernobyl does that. He does that.
Fucking
Oh, TC.
legend. Fucking
Yeah, I was telling you that.
Ah, you motherfucker! We're gonna be here all night, Nick. Nick. Donation war, donation war, donation war. Yeah.
Chernobyl, thank you, by the way.
Thank you.
Holy shit.
fucking legends tonight.
Nick, I believe you owe.
I have to.
Teasy
Let me
something.
get the clip out. Let me get our Thanos clip out. Oh, TZ with another $10 direct donation says, so Nick, what is your favorite time travel movie? Oh, that's culture. Wrong stream.
Oh,
Okay, I see. I understood that reference. But to be fair, for your $10, I'll answer that question. I mean, I'm a Back to the Future type of guy. Back to the Future. Full stop.
One or
Biff
two.
also is a great comedian. Straight up, full stop. Thank you, man, for that. You are, man, TZ. You are on the loose. I feel like you just can't be contained. Thank you. Seriously, that is, guys. You don't
Okay.
have to do it.
What about?
Thank you, though.
What about Highlander 2 as the best time travel movie?
No.
What
Oh.
Highlander movie?
The quickening doesn't exist.
You hush your mouth.
Oh God, Vulcan lives.
What did I'm glad I went and got more wine. That's all I gotta say. I'm glad I went and got more wine.
I almost spilled my alcohol on me.
Guys, do I have to refill this?
Yes, you're gonna have to go refill this. I had to go refill mine. Go refill that because these boys are gonna keep doing this shit.
Wait, what do you mean go? No, I'm just gonna do it right here. No, fuck
Okay,
that.
just do it. Well, sorry, mine's in the fridge. I had to go get it out of the fridge.
I need to have alcohol next to me.
There's one.
You guys are legends. You guys are absolute fucking legends.
Okay.
You're gonna end up convincing Nick to go, okay, maybe I'll need to work part-time at my job. I don't know.
Look, that's never gonna happen as awesome as that would be to imagine, but a man can dream, and I will at least dream of that. I'll admit to dreaming of that because, like that Queen song about dreaming on, the Queen song was right.
Oh, yeah.
Because dream on, but Vulcan
Tabletop Games joined us.
Shit. And he says for another 10 direct donation says everybody's doing it. Oh, you guys are nuts. Seriously. Okay, fine. We'll go an extra 10 minutes and then we'll wrap up proper. Okay. Okay.
Unless somebody sends another donation.
You went hey, you don't have to listen to him. That's nice, but you don't. TJ!
I told you! I love it.
You guys.
What
is going on? DC says Vulcan, there can only be one for 10 direct donation dollars.
You know, I'm gonna have to start pulling up now.
I'm excited for the new
going on
Highlander
tonight.
I'm excited for the new
what's in the
Highlander.
water.
Yeah, Nick. Everybody loves you. They love what you're doing over here. This is how they show their appreciation for it. This is how that goes. This is what this happens.
yeah.
And you know what? And for the fact that you said there can be only one, I'm excited for the new Highlander with Henry Cavill. Like, I honestly think that's gonna be pretty fucking cool. It's not a reboot. It's actually going to be set in the same universe, but it's going to be a unique story. But it's going to be before the Highlander movie, so it's going to be its own story inside of the universe. And yes, oh dude, okay, so I had the steel box edition of the first Highlander movie with the Queen soundtrack in it with extra songs and like all these extra special features. Oh, it was so good. Heroes of the Universe is probably just because of those movies, just because of the television show. Hi, honey. She's at the hospital right now.
Congratulations.
Thank
Really?
you.
Congratulations.
We're happy for your new Buddha, baby.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
we got a new nerd to the fellowship, boys and girls. That's number 5. We got a new
Nice.
nerd to the fellowship. But yeah, dude, like that Heroes of the Universe is like hands down probably my favorite Queen song of all time, just because the Highlander movies were some of like the first like actual series I got into as a kid. Like I said, I love that kind of stuff because it's kind of got that fantasy aspect to it, because you go into like the Renaissance times and he's an immortal, and so you've got that kind of fantasy element to it. I love that kind of stuff, and then mixed in with the modern day too. Like, and then the television series were incredible. The guy that
series is awesome.
yeah, and the guy that plays the television series, he's a very very honest martial artist. He's very good. He does actual sword play. He teaches, like when he goes to cons, he has like entire classes where he will teach you how to do sword play properly and like martial arts. And he's really cool. He's really down to earth. I've met him I've seen him at a couple of cons, talked to him. The guy's super cool. So yeah, I love the Highlander universe and everybody involved with it. I freaking love that stuff. Even the bad movies, I enjoy the Highlander bad movies.
The other day, I was having a conversation with a friend about the Highlander movies, and that escalated into movies that are really great and then go horribly wrong on the sequels. The Universal Soldier, anyone?
Oh, I saw the first one.
Dude,
You know, I
the
just
fourth one
picked
is
up
the
the
worst.
Highlander series on Vudu for like $10-15.
Yeah.
Like it was an
really?
insane sale.
Nice. Yeah, dude, I can do Highlander movies all day. And it also doesn't help that like Highlander movies were like some of the first times I saw boobies as a young boy too. So
Young
for me, it was a
common nerd.
Species. I really love the movie Species because of that.
I love the
There's over
And the
30
second one-
people in this chat. We're not losing people. And
No, we're gated people.
still
dude, my
the
fucking my
direct-
the second one, it was funny because in the special features, the only sex scene in that movie is when he has sex with her outside the bar, like right after he becomes young again. And it's really funny because the directors and the actors call it the bang up against the wall. Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. It was a bang up against the wall. And that's what they call it. Like when they're going through the special features, like, oh yeah, here's the bang up against the wall. That's what we called it. It was the fucking, and it was a bang up against the wall. It was fucking great. Oh my God. It was so funny. I love those fucking movies.
Okay, because we got yet another direct donation. I'm gonna do several clips for this one because it's the least I can do.
Oh yeah.
Try the sauce. I'm soaked in it.
Oh, I could lick you all day long.
And yet my
I love that freaking scene. I love that. Oh, I can think
Vulcan lives with another $10. Says, TZ, look at me.
Wait.
I'm the captain now.
Call shots fired. Shots fired.
TZ,
Yes,
look at me.
princesses were
I'm
good.
the captain now.
TZ.
Who wants
Look at
it? Yes.
me.
Okay, Steven, yes. Who wants to live forever?
I am the captain now. What are you gonna do, TZ?
Oh, God damn it. You got...
There, you get a Macho Man impression out of that too. Thank you, Vulcan. Thank you, TZ. Thank you, Chernobyl, Christian. You guys are monsters. I love it. You guys are the best monsters. You're like Graham Nolan monsters. You're like the classic Bela Lugosi monsters. You're wonderful. You're iconic. What do you guys say, Gaster?
Okay. I think I have a new idea for you.
Okay.
For $25.
Oh, don't.
We will read the super chat in the Macho Man voice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we are
Don't-
little dirty money whores. We will say whatever you want.
Okay, Nick will
Say
become rich.
something.
His throat is gonna hurt like hell.
Chat, you're fine. It's okay. You've done. You've
I have nothing but the best
more.
ideas.
You've more than done
I
your
am-
duties tonight.
Next-
duties.
Next, I'm gonna make Nick watch Shark Side of the Moon.
Sharks.
This is a real movie. I have had to
Yeah.
review this. It is. By the way, yeah. Let me. Oh my god. Let me pull up the poster for this.
Oh man.
This is a Tubi original film. It is not good. I love it.
Gotta be as good as a Sharknado and Transmorphers. Okay, I want to see the poster now.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. You might as well show us this poster.
Why is it not coming up tiny?
That's what
yes,
she
there we
said.
go.
Is that's good. That was good.
Nick, you need to watch this movie. It's on Tubi.
What? That looks horrible. I love it.
Dude, these B movies that are just going for the fat
Okay,
are just so good.
I'm actually intrigued by this. I'm not. No, I'm serious. I'm intrigued by this.
Yes.
I'm intrigued by this. I
It
am.
costs you
straight up.
nothing to watch this movie. You can watch it on Tubi for free.
I'm
man.
sold.
That face. That horrific face.
Okay, so the premise of the movie, we go back to the in the Cold War, the Soviets were working on like super soldier sharks
Mhm.
who managed to basically escape and cause like some sort of uprising, and a rocket escaped to the moon with like a scientist on it and a bunch of sharks experiments on there. So you have these sharkmen on the moon. When a modern day like rocket comes and lands, and yes, this should totally have a Pink Floyd soundtrack to it.
Oh,
but it doesn't.
it should. It absolutely should.
I still don't know.
One,
Sharknado didn't have Riders on the Storm.
once upon a time, I had a little ritual when I would get out of shows. I would put on Dark Side of the Moon as the soundtrack for my drive back home. I had this weird pattern where I would drive home on the way of shows, and I would just put on that soundtrack, and I would just transcend to 8 to 9 different worlds unparalleled. And before you knew it, I made it home. It was just like, I'm here.
Apparently, like there's a Shark Side of the Moon Twitter account that follows me on Twitter.
Oh, no.
Nice. Congratulations, man.
So this makes about 2 or 3 shark movie like Twitter accounts that follow me.
I remember when I bought Pink Floyd The Wall, I bought it at the most unexpected time in my life. Do you remember when Circuit Shitty was a thing? I mean, sorry, Circuit City. I said Circuit Shitty. That was good. I let the man joke. Circuit City was a thing. I bought the new album from a band at the time called Strapping Young Lad. And the album called The New Black. It was 2006. I remember. And this was from the guitar player Devin Townsend. Some people who may know the guitar virtuoso Steve Vai might remember. Devin Townsend was in his band, Steve Vai's Super Shredder band. And I was like, okay, I'm going to buy this Devin Townsend album from Strapping Young Lad. And the guy at the register is like, hey, you like Pink Floyd? I'm like, yeah, I like Pink Floyd. Yeah, it's pretty good. I was big old Rocky Balboa about it. He's like, well, we got The Wall on sale on DVD for 2 cents. I'm like, oh, what's the catch, Mickey? And there was no catch. So, it's just like, it's 2 cents. I'm like, okay, well, put it on the bill, extra 2 cents, And before you know it, I bought the movie, and before you know it was my copy, and then I owned it, and then I watched it, and I watched it again. It was great. It was nice. It was excellent. And before I know it, like I watched the movie a lot. It took me quite a few viewings to try to have a grasp on things. I still would probably argue that I don't have a grasp on things to a certain point. But is it worth the trip experience, especially if you were a stoner? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I myself haven't done weed in like a year and a half
Stoner?
to 2 years, but for those who are into it, the wall is for you. The wall
And-
is for you.
Oh yeah.
I assume Cocaine Bear was a better movie than Cocaine Shark.
Actually, probably not because I heard nothing but like disappointing things about Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, I was waiting
Yes,
for
but-
that movie, and then
But I've had to sit through Cocaine Shark.
Oh
There is
yeah,
nothing
Berry
redeeming
remembers
about the film
strapping
at all.
young lad. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I that what was that song? You Suck. That song was so good. I love. Oh, You Suck is such a good song. I love it. And they had Gene Hoglan on drums, and dude was. Hey, Vulcan says, for being from Chicago, Nick does a pretty good Stallone. Well, I would hope that I'd have even at best a pretty good. I mean, I only impersonated a lot of times a week, so sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta call Mickey. You gotta call your real romance Apollo. It's not Adrian. Adrian's the on-screen romance, but the off-screen appearance is Apollo. So,
All right, so Jesse, since that Nick can apparently do a Stallone, what accent can you do?
I can do hillbilly pretty well.
All right, let's
I
hear
can do
it. I
country
gotta hear this.
bumpkin. I've never really tried. Like, I've never been like. I want to train myself to do accents because, like, there's a specific accent. I need to get with Jack Tarlat and have him listen to this audiobook because I want to identify what this accent is from a character called Caiaphas Kane in Warhammer 40K because I want to get some of those training videos where I can imitate it when I play some tabletop or RPG games. But I mean, fuck, hold on. Let me see if I can. I'm one of those guys that normally has to be around my country ass friends or my hood friends, and I can do like hood accents and country accents because I haven't been around a lot of those people. Because there was like there was a guy in high school. I hadn't been around a lot of my hood friends in a while, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, home." He's like, "Yo, Holmes, what's up with that? What's up with them two bitches?" And I'm like, "Oh, brother, I hadn't heard anybody talk like that in fucking forever, man. It's so good to see you." But it was like, I don't know. Fuck, it's been
Oh my god, it reminds me
Just
like
darling, I can do like, oh darling, come on, baby girl. Now you can do better than that. Like let's be sweet. Let's come on, girl. You can do this. Let's be sweet. Let's be sweet. Let's be kind. Let's be nice. Let's be kind. Let's be sweet. We can do this. We can talk about some corn. We can go out in the field. We can go down by the creek. We can go down there. We can get my truck. We can go into 4x4. We can go mudding. We can go out into the cornfield. We can start a bonfire. We can have some beer. We can get around. We can get drunk. We get naked. We do dumb things. We have a good time. I don't know. Like it's the best I can do. Nick's good at this stuff. But I need to practice.
so-
I'm really good at imitating accents. I just need to practice them because I'm one of those guys. Whenever I go to a new area, I pick up accents. I legitimately pick up accents.
Eric K is not wrong. He's not
Yes.
wrong. I do
Yeah,
that.
we're
I do
talking
that
about
for
it.
sport. And Mohammed said, like your Elwer comments, dude, let us know on the Gilded Man. I love seeing your consistency with you being involved and keep us engaged. You're the Boosh McFadden of our comics head. The way Boosh McFadden posts on our foodies tab, you're the Boosh McFadden of the comics tab. I love your frequency. It's just absolutely like dazzling. And I accidentally
it got me to pull Elric off the shelf last night.
Yeah, I accidentally posted the Gilded sign in. So you have a rare night. If you want to sign in being a non-channel member, you have your rare one night.
So
the alcohol's kicking in.
So I gotta ask, Jesse, can you do a Youper?
My friend. Oh, let's see here. Okay, because my mom my mom was in Wisconsin for like 5 years, and she's like,
Nick, I know you can
my
do
my
this,
my
man.
house, my house is by the ocean. Oh yeah, my friend. Yeah, my house.
Oh,
is by
well,
the,
you
yeah,
know,
like that.
it's not quite there, you know. You really got to work on it. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Well, and
Gosh.
it's kind of like what's funny about it is it's kind of a mixture between like a Boston accent and a lot of really long O's, which is the
Yes.
wildest thing I've ever
Yeah,
seen because they've got kind of that
it's like
Boston
you kind of
twang.
shift a lot of you kind of shift around your vowels a bit.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. And it's funny about that too, because like I said, my mom still like draws her O's out long to this day. But yeah, like it was funny because I had a friend of mine when I was in Washington, DC, this girl I met. She was from Boston, and it was cool because we were in Washington, DC, and we got to watch the Red Sox win the World Series for the first time in like forever. And we were both in
Yeah, I
Washington,
remember
DC at
that
the
year.
time. Yeah, we were in Washington, D.C. at the time for a youth leadership forum on law. Her and I were both there. We get to watch it together. It was great. She was super excited. I don't give a shit about sports, but she was super excited about it, and I was kind of into her, so it worked out. I got excited too. But dude, she had me listen to this audio. She had to listen to this voicemail because her mom is like college educated. She's like a professor, and that's who she was raised by. But her dad is kind of like a blue collar worker from like, in that kind of area of Boston. My car keys. She's like, here, listen to a voicemail of my dad. I was like, holy God, that is a Boston accent. She's like, yeah, that's a
Boston.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God, it was
All
so
right,
good.
dudes. This is gonna be a part where we finally
Unless
properly
of course someone wants to extend.
Yeah, unless somebody wants to send a
Just
send
to
a
point
message.
it out, guys. Do you want to make us stay up longer?
They
Am I gonna have to?
Oh, now I sound like Porky
Okay,
Pig.
I don't know if you follow a lot of what's going on with VTubers and everything, but there's a VTuber that is an artificial intelligence, and her, not even handler, her developer decided to do a subathon where every time somebody subbed to his channel, he will get extra time on the subathon. So basically, the subathon ends when he reaches 0. He was
I did
on
that.
he was on his final hour for the subathon for 30 hours because people will keep subbing.
I do on Fridays during my normal daytime stream. I do $5 Fridays, and for every $5 donation, we go for 5 minutes longer. There was one Friday, so the show only goes normally from noon to 1, right? Just for 2 hours. I got so many donations one Friday that we literally ran until 3:30. Like we were live, we were stream sniping FNT because I was like, it's 3:00, guys. We got to go watch FNT. And so like we were watching FNT until 3:30 because those crazy bastards did that shit. So yeah, it was fucking great. I love that stuff. I love doing that.
So you get the amount of time that this guy got just by subs. His stream started before Christmas, ended yesterday.
That's fucking awesome.
And by the way, if you are not watching Neurosama and you want to know how artificial intelligence will kill us but will be really cute while it kills us, watch Neurosama. Is absolutely awesome. It's an artificial intelligence that literally starts talking all cute about how she will conquer humanity and kill us all. And you can do nothing but smile at her.
Oh, that's awesome.
Although for my
dudes.
personal taste for the VTubers, it's gonna be Pippa because she's a little
Pippa is
schizo.
awesome. Pippa is absolutely awesome.
TZ,
radical.
you generous son of a bitch.
You do another one?
What? No.
Oh man.
TZ did get me. He straight up got me. Oh, TZ with a 10. A $10 direct donation. It says, to a fun night of talking comics, Pablo,
My niece just got back from Panama with her mom.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Panama is one of the countries that I want to go just because it has a lot of reputation of being really cheap. Actually, not, but it's kinda the mecca to go to buy absolutely wonky shit. And I mean, you can get collectibles for anime that are really, really weird. One day I want to go to Panama just to get a couple of One Piece figures, a couple of Spice and Wolf figures, and I know just the trip will be twice as much as I will pay for premium shipping to my country. I don't care. I just want to go there and enjoy. And dude, it's a really good place to go. I'll be honest. Panama, and if you really want to experience some of the wonkiness on Latin America, I will say go to Bolivia, and if you can, come to Ecuador. Ecuador is, if you like old stuff, and I mean all cultures, we had a culture that had pyramids and dragons 2000 years ago. And nobody knows what happened, how they disappeared. They just fucking disappear. And we find these huge statues of fucking dragons, fucking scary as hell dragons, lying around in the sand. Nobody knows where they went. Nobody knows what they did. They just fucking disappear from the night to the day. And that's it. It's craziness. Even Peru, dude, in Peru, there's so many crazy ruins. I know Nerdrotic is going to Peru. If I can, I will sneak out of my country and go to Peru just to meet Nerdrotic.
Nice.
Dude, him going to Peru, I know Diego will be there instantly. I know a lot of people that will go from Latin America to Peru just to meet Nerdrotic, but also he's going to the fancy ruins. So there's, dude,
Ooh.
there's so many
Ooh.
crazy places in Latin America that you can even imagine, you can even fathom, because you get all this stuff from Africa, you get things that happen in Europe, and obviously that sounds so crazy and so amazing. And then you watch what was happening on Latin America. There's guys with literal stones fighting with literal stones that made these huge complex structures that are over the top, incredible, impossible for current day knowledge.
Yep.
And the guys, yeah, were doing it with fucking stones. Nobody
Were
knows
they?
how,
I said,
nobody
were they,
knows
Pablo?
why, and then they just disappear. The Incas were the last ones that were over the top crazy, and those son of a bitches will sacrifice an entire town just for the hell of it, just because they wanted to get in the grace of the gods. The civil war that was before the Spaniards came, and I mean 10 years before the Spaniards came to this region, decimated almost every culture. And it was because two guys wanted to be the god emperor. If that sounds like goddamn Dune, basically, yeah. They wanted to
Warhammer
be the
40K
sun
Dune.
god and they were killing everybody to get that. This
All right, gents.
dude.
Now we're actually going to wrap
Best
up
way since a number
proper. I think
donation.
some of the guys here on the panel do need to go to bed. One had a child. The guy,
guys?
well, it's been good. It's been amazing. It's been fucking awesome. Thank you, Vulcan and TZ, for your direct donation. Square off. That was absolutely batshit insane and awesome. Thank you guys. One day we're gonna cross paths, and it's gonna be diabolically huge. It's been almost 3 hours of a show, and as I always say, you want to leave people wanting more, but you have a great preview of what's to come in 2024. Open shows, shows with guests, shows where we review old issues or new issues, and Vulcan,
we fucking love you, dude. We fucking love you, dude. All
Hell
right.
yeah.
Oh, we fucking love you. No, thank
I like Steven's. Look at Steven's comment.
Thank you
By
for
the
the
way,
new
is that
subs
Russian?
tonight. I hope you liked what you saw. We even saw comments from people who never comment on here, which is cool. So if you're out there still listening, thank you, by the way. We had another great crowd tonight. Once again, consider that there's a lot of competition. I know Stone Look Show, Matt from Fall Ball is back at it for a night. I think Drink with Crazy was going on, Snow Dub. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot. I don't blame anyone for
Dermy
catching
Wormy's
any of
always
these
got
shows.
his
Dermy Wormy. But the fact that you give any time to us, whether it's a little bit, some, half, most, all, whatever it is, it's fucking awesome. So thank you guys for coming around. I'll just get out of the way. Next week we'll be having Adam Soldier Spirit from Vets Talking for Toxic Tuesday, First Blood Part 2. And of course, we'll be back here next week having Hojo on to promote his comic book, The Mythicals, issue 2, and whatever videos that come out when I feel like making videos. So, and if you haven't, go check out my review on Duke #1. It is spoiler free, so there's no complaints. Go check it out, spoiler free, and it'll be a good holdover until I have another video out. So here you go in the chat. Right here. Spoiler free Duke #1 review. All right, go check it out if you haven't. If this isn't a ring endorsement, then I don't know what to fucking tell you. And yes, being here is enough. It really is.
Yeah.
I love people who
Dude.
give their time.
Dude, the more comments in the chat, like that's the thing. That's what everybody needs to understand too. Like, it's not just about the super chats and the donations. That stuff is great. That stuff helps keep the lights on, all of that kind of stuff. But your comments in the chat, the more times you comment, the more active our chat is, the more you guys are talking to each other back and forth, the more you guys are talking in there, the more likes you guys leave. The comments you leave after the stream is over, since Nick leaves these live, the comments you leave after the stream over, all of that stuff pushes us out into the algorithm, pushes Nick out into the algorithm, gets more subscribers, all that kind of stuff. So after the stream's done, be the first person to leave a comment, make your mark, say you're first, but be active in the chat. The more people we see active in the chat, or the more people that YouTube sees active in the chat and that sees the chat is constantly going, they're going to push that out more. That's why you see those streams where the people have all the fake bots that are watching, right? They'll have like 1,000 watchers, but they'll have like 10 people commenting in the chat. Those are the streams that don't get pushed out. We have 20 of y'all here watching. If all of you are commenting in the chat and having a conversation, that's going to push it out way more. The stream that has 1,000 people watching and nobody fucking commenting in the chat. You 20 or 30 people out there in the chat commenting constantly are going to push us out in the algorithm far better than anything else. And all of that's completely free. So yeah, shout out, buddy. Thank you, King's Portal, for being here all the time, dude. You always have great comments. You're always talking to everybody in the chat. That is fucking great. That's exactly what we need.
Plus, it's also great on this side of things to just see chat moving. Like,
absolutely.
It it
there's
costs
nothing that makes
to
us
just,
happier.
It motivates
Yeah,
us.
it costs nothing to say hi.
Yeah.
It motivates us so much. As a guy that live streams Monday through Friday daily, there is nothing more important to me than when my chat is commenting, because if my chat just stops and nobody's saying anything, I'm like, okay, am I talking about things nobody cares about? Like, what the fuck are we going on? Should I move on to a different topic? Like, like I want you guys to be interactive. I want to hear your comments. We want to hear your feedback. Like, we want to talk to you guys about all this stuff. We're not just doing yeah, we could sit here and have fun all night talking to each other, and we do have a great time doing that stuff. But you guys in their chat are what make this show special, or what make any of these shows special. You guys are, like I say, the grease between our gears, keeping this machine running. That's what I always say on my channel. You guys are fucking amazing. And that's what keeps things entertaining. And we could not do this without every single one of you. Guys are absolutely amazing. So thank you guys for coming in and hanging out.
The Nightwing, contact me. I'm not joking.
Yeah, hit him up.
Contact me.
Nightwing, hey,
I would love to have you on. I'm not joking.
Dude. Yeah, Nightwing's a good dude. He comes out and hangs out on my chats. He's hung out on my 24-hour streams. He hangs out on my member streams. He's a good dude.
Let's work something out. I'll have you on to talk about Transformers sometime.
Oh, there you go.
See?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, see, easy as that, man. We got you covered.
Credence.
Or any other cool big robot stuff. because that's kind of
Christian Delorme for a Canadian $5 says, "Here's my comment. What's the best part of a BJ? Luckily, I've heard this one. 15 minutes of silence." Thank you, Christian, for your Canadian $5. Have a great night, sir. I look forward to doing the Rush stream with you on your Vinyl Revival channel. But once again, next week, Adam, Soldier Spirit, Vets talking First Blood Part 2 of Rambo. We'll be having him on for Toxic Tuesday. Comic Shop Talk next week, having Hojo as our guest. And whatever videos come out as they go on, I posted in the chat my review of Duke #1. Go check it out. It is a spoiler-free review, so you will not have any of your appetite ruined. I promise that. Once again, we had a great crowd here tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your time and energy and your enthusiasm. And yes, X-Ray Girl was a fantastic guest on Toxic Tuesday. She will be back, hopefully within the coming months. Once again, it's just I want to find the right thing that suits her. It's all I don't want to just have her on just to say, "Hey, we have Extra Girls." It's got to make sense. So Rambo made a lot of sense. We spoke about it. We talked about it. It was a hand to glove scenario, and I hope to do that again. And I'm sure even in the coming months, I'll be back on her Poor Choices channel as well, because that was a fun time hanging out with her and Tugs. So yeah. Anyways, Kat, thank you for your support of this channel. I'll see you on another stream, another video. I'm going to let these gentlemen plug their plugs on the way out, and then you guys can go hang out with Matt for the last half hour in the cocktail lounge. So, Pablo, really quickly, in 1 minute, throw your pitch.
Okay, Midnight Edge, we are working on a lot of videos, including one video that had me watching some butchering of Jules Verne. So that's going to be really interesting. Watch for a video about that. And, well, I try to stream the Howard's Legacy on my channel. I started the adventures of Patriarch McManley. I got really into the game, and now I'm playing it just by myself. It's really good. So, but I don't know how to say it, but I want to stream more on my channel this year. So I will be trying that. To everyone, thank you very much for being here. I really love having discussions about comics and nerddom in general here. It's one of my favorite things every week. And I will see you really, really soon. Nick, as always, thank you very much, man. It's awesome.
No, man, dude, thank you. It's awesome to be doing this for 127 episodes.
Yeah.
The fact that we can go 3 hours and there's still a crowd is fucking crazy. This is a gift, and it's a gift that we will cherish forever. So, guys, go sub to Pablo's personal channel, Gate Apology, and Midnight Edge Espanol. Pablo, I will see you soon. Have a miraculous week. And I can't wait till we do this again next Friday night. And shout out to Diesel and to the man who now has a fifth child. I don't know if he's got anything coming out, but if he wants to see anything, he can.
So I followed our dear sweet friend Mexican Iron Man's advice. I our YouTube channel got nuked, right? Fall is a horrible time to start a new channel. So we went ahead and started a new channel. Doing the exact same thing that we were doing before. I think we're at like 32 followers right now. I just dropped the link in chat. I got a new channel over there. The wife will be doing some movie and TV reviews over there as well, which is why we kind of changed the name a little bit. Now it's the Common Nerds. But yeah, doing the exact same thing, pop culture news, shorts. We had a really great Marvels versus the Marvels versus Aquaman video. They got like over 800 views already. Don't know how the fuck that happened, but okay, cool. So come check that out. But we're doing shorts. We're doing at least one video every day, Monday through Friday. Obviously didn't get anything out today because we had a baby at 6 o'clock this morning. But I got 3 shorts out there over today. Come check out the new channel. We're trying to build back up, trying to regrow. We're not giving up the YouTube platform. Obviously, come follow us over on Rumble. I live stream Monday through Friday, every day over there on Rumble, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Over there. Come check that out over there on the Rumble. But yeah, we do have a new YouTube channel. We're going to try to get that monetized as much. We were kind of doing a soft launch. I actually created this channel on January 1st, got all the graphics and all that kind of stuff done up for it. And then we started putting out videos on Tuesday. We're going to keep doing that. We're not going to do any live streaming over there because obviously that's the big thing with the algorithm. I'm listening to Mike. I'm listening to Mexican Iron Man and his advice because it's been good for that kind of thing. So we're not going to live stream on that channel anytime soon. If you want to catch the live streams, come follow us on Rumble, Twitter, Kick. Kick is another great place. We just recently got monetized on Kick as well. My wife is obviously going to be off for the next 6 weeks because of the baby. She will probably be live streaming video games and stuff like that on my channels because those are monetized. And obviously we're going to be 6 weeks without her paycheck. So come check out those channels, come check out those live streams, join the locals, join the Rumble, join the Kick. Kick's a great place to go. Rumble's a great place to go for donations. Rumble is going to continue their 100% directly to creators, for as long as they can do it. As of right now, they said that's going to be indefinite, until something changes. Kick is still going to be like a basically 99 to 1 percentage as well. So Kick's another great place to donate as well. You guys come hang over there. Obviously said, go check out the new channel, please. Come subscribe to the new channel. That's the big one. We're going to try to see if we can get that to 1,000 subscribers in the next month, because of all the different streams and everything else we're on. So hopefully we can get all that taken care of and get that one up and monetized and running again. But yeah, we'll be live. We'll be live tomorrow night. Vets Talking. The big show. It's our 1-year anniversary over on Vets Talking. And we will have Gary, our dear sweet Gary, our fellowship leader, whatever you want to call him, like just our inspiration. We're going to have him on tomorrow night for Vets Talking. Super excited to talk to him about all the crazy stuff that's been going on. This is something that Adam's been working on for a long time. Super excited to have him on the anniversary show tomorrow night. So definitely come check out Vets Talking. Let me go ahead and drop the link for Vets Talking as well. Let me see if I can find that one. I'll find Vets Talking real quick and drop that link. But come check us out over there tomorrow night. That's going to be great. If you guys didn't know, Vets Talking it's basically a bunch of us vets that we talk about pop culture. We talk about all of that different kind of stuff, and it's a really good channel. I'm doing a lot of pop culture content over there right now. Adam's dream is kind of to get Vets Talking to be kind of one of those situations where it's kind of like the Geeks and Gamers version of what they do, except with veterans. So come check out Vets Talking as well if you haven't already. Like I said, we're gonna have Gary on there tomorrow night. That's gonna be a really good show. I'm sure that's gonna be huge. It should be a good time. Obviously, Vets Talking is always drinking streams. So $20 super chats. You guys can watch us get wasted as all hell if you want. Adam's gotten blackout drunk more than once. It's the reason why he brought me on as a producer. Because sometimes he gets so blackout drunk, I have to end the show. Sometimes I end up running the show and I get so blackout drunk that the show never ends. Same things happen with Adam. It's a great time. We've had 6-8 hour streams on Saturday nights because of that kind of thing. X-Wing shows up. We had Mexican Iron Man last week. We have all kinds of great guests that come on every Saturday night. It's just a bunch of grumpy old vets talking about vet stuff and talking about pop culture through a veterans kind of lens. So definitely come check that out. We're gonna have a good time. Like I said, we got Nerdrotic on tomorrow night. So we got Gary on tomorrow night. It should be a blast. Can't wait to see him. Can't wait to hang out with him. I haven't got a chance to talk to him in a long time. So it's going to be a good time. Can't wait to have him on. So definitely please come check that out. I love this show. FYI, Nick Weiser, Ironcaster, Pablo, all you guys that decided to allow me to come on here and be a permanent co-host. I love this because I am the comic book normie when it comes to a lot of this kind of stuff. I didn't get a chance to read a lot of comic books as I was a kid. I read a lot more books. But I was into all the animated series of this stuff. So every time we get to read every time we go over a new comic book, just basically be assured that it's my first time coming through here. So you get to see a virgin's perspective on a lot of these books. And man, we went through those OG Spider-Man comics. Holy God, that was so good. I was in fucking love. So I can't wait for all the new comics that we're going to get into this year, getting to get into Spawn and getting into Hellboy and getting into everything else that we're going to get into. A lot of stuff I haven't got a chance to read before. We're going to get a chance to read it this year. So definitely make sure you guys come back every Friday night. This show is fucking great. I love being able to read this. And so I cannot thank my brothers on this panel enough for having me on and making me a permanent part of this group. And yes, shout out to all of you out there on Twitter. I know we got a shit ton of comments, a shit ton of likes on that post about the baby. Thank you guys so very much for that. I know my wife might still be listening if she hasn't always fallen asleep. So I love you, baby. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll have the baby come home tomorrow. And we'll be over at Vets Talking tomorrow night with Gary Buchel, where we will do the official launch of my new Common Nerds channel. We've been kind of doing a soft launch with that one, been kind of quiet about it. I haven't really put it on a lot of social media. I've only really announced it during my live streams, which is like my inner circle, my folks that come over on Rumble that are there every day. My inner circle. If you find, you will be part of my inner circle. If you come and hang out on my live streams Monday through Friday every day, you'll be the first ones to know things. You'll be the first ones to know about the topics that we talk about before I even make videos about it. So if you want a glimpse into what I'm going to talk about and what we're going to see in the future, definitely come check that out. And yes, there you go. Mrs. Common Nerd's birthday is in 10 days. She will definitely be doing a birthday stream on my channels that are fully monetized. So definitely come check that out. We're definitely going to need all the love and attention you guys can give us over the next 6 weeks until she can go back to work. So thank you guys so very much for this. Fucking love it. Thank you, Lord, for a brand new healthy baby and for a healthy wife that went through all of it. And I cannot thank you. Thank you, brothers. I cannot wait to see what this because I'm excited about 2024. I think 2024 is going to be a really good year for all of us, all the way around. Iron Age, independent media. I think this is going to be fucking great. So, Roboton, I'll get into your Roboton.
Congratulations, man! You will repeat history. You'll do successful on your new channel again, and it'll be great. It'll be huge. It'll be diabolical. Best of luck to you and Mrs. Common and to Common Nerd Child 5, we'll just say.
Yeah.
Have a great night and weekend, sir. Have fun at Vets Talking tomorrow. I'll be out with family, but have fun, dude. That's going to be a blast. I can't wait to steal Adam for Toxic Tuesday. So, that's going to be, I can't wait to steal Adam. So, it's like, I got you.
Yeah, dude.
I'll take
Yeah. Oh, hey, I think that's a fair trade. Trust me, I'll take. Never mind. I'm not. I love Adam to death.
No complaints here.
You're gonna have a blast. Adam's great. It's gonna be a fucking blast, dude. Iron Caster, my boy.
Caster, you're the last one, man.
And then there's that guy. Hello, everyone. This is Iron Caster, and guys, this has been so much fun tonight. Nick, this is one of the highlights of my week. Among the other 50 streams, I feel like I'm on during the week. Diesel, get better soon.
Yes.
Like when you get better, let me know. Let's figure out a stream so we can get together to talk about some big robots. That said, though, you can find me, of course, on my channel, Ironcaster, where I will, in fact, talk about some big robots, which has been kind of where I've been trying to sort of rebrand myself, because all this big robot stuff is pretty cool, and I'd rather talk about some good stuff. Tomorrow, though, I will be on the T-shirt Historian for the Weekend Geek, where we will no doubt be talking about Wizards of the Coast, because as it turns out, in fact, yes, we will. See, apparently some of the 1,100 employees chose to go and speak about the circumstances around their being laid off. So we're going to get some details about that. And from what little bit I've read, it's really damning for Hasbro.
As it should be. No, I'm curious to see where that goes. It's gonna be something to follow. Maybe we'll have to talk about it on a video. Who knows, man? I'm gonna be paying attention to that. But Caster, thank you for your time, energy, and contribution. I can't wait to talk X-Men finally. It seems you got one more thing you want to say, so say it.
Oh, yeah, there's always one more thing for me.
Say it.
So Mondays on my channel, I've been doing the Mech Pit chat, where I've been talking about big robot stuff. And though I don't have anything quite planned yet, I'm gonna get something figured out this weekend to, talk about some cool big robot stuff. Last week I sat down with Punk Waddle and Snacks and Comics, two of my buddies from the Cotton Council, where we talked about a Gundam movie, 0080 War in the Pocket, for the New Year's. And Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, I will be on Talk Hard with Pops and Stone Loki, where we will be delving into Highlander 2, because it takes place in the year 2024, the far off distant year that no one ever thought we would achieve.
Oh, man.
Oh, yes.
Yes, for anyone who's unaware,
Can't wait.
Highlander 2 takes place this year.
There's still
Don't get your hopes up for this year, folks.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's the year of the quickening.
Yeah. Caster, I'm looking forward to talking X-Men. Like the Nightwing says, it's been good. It's been excellent. Thank you for being here, sir. Your time and energy are unparalleled. Guys, on our way out, this is Matt from Foulball. He's doing a rare cocktail lounge show tonight. He was hoping to wrap his show up in 10 minutes, but you can make a show go for another
Go
extra
send him
half
money.
hour.
Do to him what we had to deal with here.
You're welcome to bombard him on the way out, make him go extra long. You didn't say I was the worst of woods. If you
Giggity.
need to use me as a scapegoat, you have my full-fledged
No.
permission to say I was
Blame
a
Stone
scapegoat.
Loki. Hashtag blame
Holy
Loki.
shit. Foul Productions is back.
You can blame Loki too. That's fine. Whoever you want to blame. All I know is I'm willing to take the fall. So go hang out with Matt. He was supposed to go another 10 minutes. Force him on to go 40 minutes. We're gotta go. Maybe I'll even pop over there for a little bit. But chat, it's been good. Thank you again for your support. See you next week, Friday night with Hojo. If not, Toxic Tuesday, First Blood Part 2, and whatever videos. Go check out my Duke review. It's a great comic, but I already told you it's great, but at least let me tell you why it's great. All right, folks. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Thank you for being here. And once again, congratulations to the common nerds.